Well, welcome, guys.
Which one of these is the name of an
now
actual Neverwinter Nights
to the
expansion?
PC Gaming Show?
Yeah.
SuperGen's
I'm
E3
watching
2017 coverage.
It's great because we're watching these terrible PC gaming questions.
Yeah, and we've been trying to just play along.
Grab
random
fantasy
MMO
expansion.
As an actual PC gamer, I'm offended.
Was titled
A lot of these questions are really bad.
Which
of these is the debut title for? So you might want to turn the audio down on the one on the right because we're hearing it twice.
Come a long way since then. They went from samurai to orcs. That marks the end of our trivia challenge, which is actually a good thing because it means the PC Gaming Show is almost here. In just a few moments, Sean
seconds.
Plot will grace the stage with his presence.
Thank God
for
they're
a show full of announcements, new gameplay footage, and all
so
things
they did
PC
say we're going to see
gaming.
some new announcements.
I've been your quizmaster, Tom Marks.
Like
Be sure
we're
to
going
stick
to
around
actually
'cause you won't
announce
want to miss
games
it.
in the PC gaming section.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
Yeah. This is always terrible. I'm always disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Why do we call it the personal computer? Well, it's not just a box or a station, right? Your PC doesn't exist without you. Your PC doesn't. And you don't just use your PC, you're its keeper. You're responsible for it.
That's right.
PC gamers get their hands dirty. We turn the screws, we clean the fans, we thread the cables.
This is going to be like another
It's got your fingerprints on it, and that has a special kind of pride. We build our PCs, and through them, we build friendships and rivalries. We build communities
They better be talking about
and
some
our
VR
reflexes.
stuff.
I'm down.
What's that? I feel like Bethesda has
We write stories,
done a better
we
job
make
this
mods
year
because
than the
we get to
PC
decide
Gaming
what
Show
experience
ever
we
has.
want.
In showing PC games,
Right.
you know?
Well, there's Fallout.
God
Yeah, I
bless
can't
you,
wait for
modern.
Did you see the Fallout 4 VR
PCs are
segment?
scaffolding
Yeah,
for
that's
our
it.
imaginations.
Do virtual fucking
That's what
reality.
PC gaming means to
FR,
us.
yeah,
To
it looks so
build
sweet.
and to give back to your hobby
And the new
as
Wolfenstein game looks amazing
Yeah,
too.
it
much as it gives to you.
I was impressed with Evil Within 2
This
as well.
is the
Yeah,
PC
yeah,
Gaming
I actually
Show
really loved the first
2017.
Evil. I feel like that's a really underrated game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it was really weird, but it's a very Japanese game.
Right.
And
just
lovers
so
of
good.
games
Yeah.
all over the place. This
It's another
is the
Resident Evil
PC
game,
Gaming
with a
Show,
different name.
sponsored by Intel. How are you all doing this fine
It's like
morning?
the best Resident Evil game they've made in a
I
while.
am.
You know.
You're doing That's excellent. I'm your host, Sean
Name
Day9 Plot, and if you have
is that,
never been to this show before, it's simple.
Is that the
we have a
dude that did
slew
the
of
voice of
incredible
the
guests who are going to
snowman
talk
in
about all their
Frozen?
upcoming games, one
I have
after
no idea
the
who
other.
it is.
So, I'd like to warmly welcome all
For whatever
of you
reason,
for
our
coming
audio
out to
on the
beautiful
TV is
Ace
always,
Hotel
like,
Theater
3 seconds
in downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Twitch chat is
It's-
a pleasure
yeah,
to
it's gotta
have
come
you
from the
here.
other- it's
I
fine.
know that you're currently being productive
put it up
and
just a
constructive
little.
in chat right now. Now, if you're interested in watching in another language, over at PCGamingShow.com, we have German, Spanish, Russian, Chinese. Feel free to head there, or stay right here for English coverage. And without any further ado, let's find out what's happening this year at the PC Gaming Show.
Sweet.
This is the PC Gaming Show,
Figure it out pretty
live
quick.
from the theater at Ace Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California. Coming up, Intel explores the future of PC
Right? This is
gaming.
straight up starting up with some VR stuff. Intel.
New announcements from Xbox.
New announcements
Okay,
from Xbox.
this like Sea of Thieves
Jordan
being
Weissman, the
like
creator
Xbox
of
and Windows 10
MechWarrior, gives a
exclusive is
first
very
ever
exciting.
look
Right.
at Battle
Everything
Net's
they announced
campaign.
yesterday at the Xbox conference
New
is also on
footage
PC.
for
Yeah,
Middle
which is
Earth.
awesome. I love that.
Shadow
Yeah,
of
but
War.
that
I
just
think that's the right way to go for them.
Yeah,
You know,
but for
because-
people like you and I, that
Games
doesn't
play
give us any reason
entertainment.
to buy an Xbox One X.
That's
We
true.
have
New
no reason.
That's
gameplay
very
from
true.
Total War,
but
Warhammer 2.
it gives people who have
New
Xbox One
announcements for
X's
Player
more
Unknown's
people play with,
Battlegrounds.
you know,
Especially
which
with
is
the whole cross thing, like cross.
An exciting reveal from Tripwire Interactive.
Going to be crossed between
Right.
Xbox and Switch.
And
yeah, that's interesting.
plenty
I wonder how they're
more.
going to do that with Minecraft. They're
Now,
probably going to do like
once
the
again,
Windows 10 app version
Sean
of Minecraft as
Love.
opposed to like the actual Java
Thank you
version
so
of
much,
Minecraft.
evil omnipotent
They did
voice
say
in
the
the
only console
sky.
that wouldn't let you have to do it.
Let's
is
talk about
PS4.
our very
Sony said
first
no.
game. It is an
Well, that's Sony for you.
Yeah.
You know. Oh,
expansion to the
But they're
legendary
in a
and
spot that they can
infamous
actually do
turn-based
that.
strategy game,
Right.
XCOM 2. Let's take a look.
XCOM 2.
I own this game and haven't played it, and people can yell at me for that because I've heard it's phenomenal. If
I
you're
wonder,
into
is this,
like
so,
real-time
okay, so this is a
strategy games.
new.
It must be in
something,
a DLC or something.
You're not adding 50% more aliens. At last, a true battle.
If only you knew the truth.
There were 3 resistance groups that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other.
I've always had a tough time getting into this.
So,
I'm not very good at
you do exist.
It's totally in my wheelhouse. Like, I'm into that whole real-time strategy, like, you know,
are safe here.
idea, but it's just haven't done it.
Like, I was a big fan of the original Lovecraft. Now there's zombies. I played the show.
That can't be good.
I think every game has to have zombies now, or it's not a game.
Right. That's true.
There has to be one zombie in the
Ever
game
since
somewhere.
Call of Duty zombies, ever since Nazi zombies,
There must be one zombie somewhere.
there must be some zombies in your game somewhere. XCOM 2
War of the Chosen.
Chosen.
I wonder if there was a zombie in Final Fantasy 15 somewhere. Probably.
There's at least one.
Here with
Somewhere.
me to talk about XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is the creative director of XCOM
This is
2
an
over at
expansion.
Firaxis, Jake Solomon. Pleasure to have you here today.
This is very exciting. We finally get to talk about this, so yes, I'm very pumped. Thank you for having us.
Well then tell us, what is War of the Chosen all about?
Well, so the goal with this game really was to make something massive. So we added a ton of new enemies, lots of new soldier classes, new environments,
Zombies.
story, strategy systems, just tons of new toys.
At least they're doing it a little bit different this year, like for the PC gaming show. Like they used to have it to where the host was sitting behind a desk, and it was basically done like a talk show.
Yeah.
I mean, they have that format a little bit here, but it's more in the open, more on center stage.
Like a stage,
Yeah.
you know, like the way that most of these things are
Like it
done.
should
They
be.
were designed to be the ultimate enemies of XCOM. They are 3 almost champions.
I guess the
of Halo.
problem with like
they have
the
3
PC
very
gaming
distinct
show is that
personalities
PC
and
gaming is not
very
owned by
distinct
anyone.
fighting
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
The Xbox show is a Microsoft specific thing,
Yep.
and Microsoft can kind of take the reins on this because it's, you know, PC gaming is 99%
Yeah.
PC, you know, versus like, you know, OS X.
Right.
But other than that, it's not really like they don't really own the concept of PC gaming,
Right.
you know. So it's hard to get someone to organize something like this,
Right.
and do it as well as like the Xbox conference or the Sony conference, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the personalities of the different shows, and walk me through who the Chosen are and what these strengths and weaknesses might be.
Yeah, so for example, there's the assassin, and her personality is tied up in duty and honor. She feels very honor-bound to serve her masters, her creators, and she does it, of course, by hunting down XCOM. And
She's adorable.
soldiers, you know.
I like her.
Natural expression of identity. We're bringing
Yeah,
back
she's
some
got
familiar
a little bit of
elements
that
from earlier games, yes.
resting
And
bitch
so,
face thing going on.
Yeah.
with it. I mean,
she's a mix of
other than
stealth
that,
and
you know,
close quarters combat, so she can
fine.
vanish from sight, and she uses that to get in close on the soldiers and use her blade. So, like the other Chosen, she's very powerful, and she has a sort of unique fighting style that the player has.
those eyes, man. Please take it away.
There we go. There's a better one.
It's better.
That's more of a
Oh my God.
Sniper.
Yeah.
And then we have the Warlock, which is, you know, a Warlock. So, yeah, doesn't he look like a Warlock? So yeah, they all have very unique skill sets, and so it's fun to fight each of them.
What about the new tools that players have in order to try to overcome this obstacle of the Chosen?
Yes, so as you saw in the trailer, XCOM is not the only resistance movement.
They got these
on Earth.
like Game of
So in War
Thrones
the Chosen,
like
you
White
have these
Walkers
3
thing
factions
going on.
out there, and like
Yeah,
like
I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
have
that.
distinct philosophies and distinct fighting styles. But for the player to get access to those, first they have to win those factions over. They have to recruit them to the XCOM cause. But when you do, you have access to the most powerful soldiers we've ever
So they made new classes available.
Yeah, if you're going to play it, you might as well wait for the updates to come out.
I mean, I have the game. I feel like maybe, like, sometimes when you introduce an expansion to a game you haven't played yet, it gets too complicated, especially a game like this.
Right.
You know, I should probably just play the original first before I get into the expansion.
You can do that too, yeah.
Or else it'll be difficult to get into, you know. So a lot of things, like, it's funny because I'm such a tabletop analog gamer,
right?
You know, and this is very akin to that sort of play style,
sure,
where it's like it's a strategy game based on placement, you know, and like moving units and things like that, and that's very similar to how a lot of like tabletop games work.
Yeah.
And just like in a tabletop game, if you bring in expansions before you've even played the first game, you can just lose interest very quickly,
right?
Because you get something that you have to learn so much of before you can actually enjoy it,
right?
You know, and I feel like that's the same with the XCOM because there's so many things going on, you know, because you have this like tactical, you know, unit-based strategic like real-time game, and then on top of that you have this overarching world game where you're moving from place to place and you're like managing your ship and like all of this other stuff, and there's so much micromanagement going on. Like, and now there's zombies.
Yeah, now there's zombies.
But unfortunately, you don't fight single loss. They move in large swarms.
So that's good.
When you go into the cities, these swarms are drawn to the sound of combat, and they never stop coming. And there is a silver lining, which is that the Lost don't like aliens either. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, so once the Lost show up, then everybody's fighting for their lives.
And I know that a big hallmark of the XCOM games is the sort of tactical maneuvers of the AI that, in the same way you're planning, it's planning too. But the Lost behave quite differently.
Yeah, they're mindless. So the idea is that you have this tactical combat going on against you versus the Advent, the aliens, and then all of a sudden this...
One of the things with the PC gaming show too is they spend so long with one game.
That's because they probably don't have a whole lot of games to talk about, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, they stretch it out for so long, and that's when people start losing interest.
First guest out, so I'm going to ask you the big question.
Okay.
When do we get to play it?
Today.
War of the Chosen comes
yesterday.
out August 29th, so very soon.
August 29th.
That's not that far off.
No.
August 29th. Good. Yeah, maybe by that time I'll get some play.
You'll have a chance to play the original.
Yeah. Since I already have the game. I paid like $60 for that game.
So you bought it when it just came out.
Like, yeah, I bought that game. Like, that's one of the few Steam games I own that's very expensive. That was like full price, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like self-promotion.
Don't worry, I got you covered. At Jake Solomon.
Thank you.
It's at Jake Solomon. At Jake Solomon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Jake Solomon, creative director of XCOM.
In case you didn't know, his name is Jake Solomon.
I think...
They said it 4 times in like 10 seconds.
Thanks for bringing that out. I didn't catch it.
Joining me to do all sorts of announcement goodies is a woman named Sonia Reed, but you may know her a little better as OMG It's Firefox. How's it going, Sonia?
Hi. Thank you, Sean, and hello, you beautiful gamers. And whether you are checking us out online or you're hanging out with us here today, I am super excited to be here and show you guys some awesome games. And you know what? I'm not going to wait. We're just going to get right into it. I want to show you a game called Ooblets. It is going to be coming out early next year, and it is from an impressive studio.
It's Firefox.
Only 2 people called it Lumberlands. So it's kind of a mashup between Harvest Moon meets Pokemon meets Adventure Time, but even cuter, if you can imagine that. So I'm going to show you how to grow and customize your Ooblets in this exclusive trailer.
It sounds very exciting.
Oh, it's okay. So it's
a double. It's a
Tim Schafer
This
game.
looks adorable. What is this?
Ooblets. I don't know. I don't know what you said.
It's a KO garden.
It's a KO garden. My girlfriend would be totally into this game.
I'd be into this game. You gotta be kidding me. Look at this. This looks. Oh my god! This is so much like a Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing meets Viva Pinata.
Yeah, Viva Pinata slash like.
Yeah, she just texted me and said I want this game.
Oh, did she? That's really funny. Oh my god, I already want this game too.
Oh yeah,
I love
aspects
it.
of The Sims.
Look at it.
Okay.
This is so like their take on Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Yeah, the perfect mashup of Animal Crossing, The Sims, and
I love
Viva
it.
Pinata.
I love it. They got dance emotes. That's very important. Overwatch just learned that lesson.
Finally,
they need dance.
So
emotes.
Ooblets is the name. Yeah.
I'm down for that. PC
2018.
and Xbox
Oh,
One.
Xbox One. Okay.
On Steam and Xbox One. I'm down for that game. I'll play that shit, dude, for sure.
28.
This isn't as adorable.
No, not as cutesy.
Why does every PC game have to be like a real-time strategy game? Like, they think that's what PC gamers want to play.
Yeah.
Real-time strategy games and
MMOs.
like MMOs. That's like what they think PC gaming is. And
Right.
That's just so outdated, you know? It's such an outdated idea. Like, it's those types of games are best on PC, but that's not what PC gaming's about,
Right.
you know?
But yeah, you're right. Those games work best on PC.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really get the same experience on like Xbox One or PS4 with a real-time
Exactly,
strategy
because
game.
like with real-time
You need
strategy,
a mouse keyboard.
a mouse and keyboard, that's like what those games are built for.
Yep.
But I mean, like first-person shooters are also like really great with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like that kind of thing just gets buried.
Yep.
By all means, BattleTech is a modern, turn-based tactical game set within the MechWarrior universe. There's going to be 3 modes of play. A single-player skirmish, a multiplayer skirmish, and then our open-ended mercenary campaign.
Well, I want to hop straight into some of that single-player content by taking a journey to the Argo. I understand that, there's all sorts of combat goodies that we're going to see in a moment, but the Argo is in between missions. Walk us through what we're seeing.
Right, so the Argo is broken down a hulk of a spaceship
What is this?
from a bygone era.
This is that BattleTech game.
This looks like another. This looks very much like the upper level of XCOM. You know?
Yeah.
Like the management of your ship and like the location-based like movement and like the earlier XCOM games. Anyway.
Dictators, all the way up to the great lords and ladies of the noble houses. And from there, you can also command your entire mercenary crew. There's Samiri, she's your navigator, and you command her and all of your mech warriors as you take your jobs and upgrade your ship.
I'm curious a little bit about the storyline in the single player.
Oh, I can't get into so many real-time strategy games, though, man. Like it's too many.
There's too many.
It's too many. I can only do one. I'm gonna do XCOM. Leave me alone. I already said I'd do it.
And help her regain her throne. Of course, it's been plunged. The whole space has been plunged into a bloody civil war.
And these, of course, are the tools of negotiation and diplomacy called battle mechs. And here in the mech bay, which is one of the key components of the Argo, you're able to customize the mechs, adding different weapons, changing out weapons and armor, heat sinks, all that kind of stuff. Yang here is your master of ceremonies. He's one of the key crew members because fixing these mechs after you come back from combat, you're a merc. You're supposed to make money. Taking damage, sets you behind. And so that's a really delicate
Trying to get all the parts that you need for your ship could be a little
This ship
difficult.
will not be damaged on my
like,
watch.
especially in this time in era where parts are scarce, battlefield salvage is an important part of the game, and that also puts into like when you take out a
headband action going on.
Damn, they got fucking Wonder Woman on the ship.
There's Lady Kamea Arano there, and
I guess if you need, it's a good person to have on there.
Yeah, for sure.
When the campaign ends, the single-player story ends, you can still play the open-ended campaign, traveling around doing whatever you want. And there,
Play.
And now we're going to get a chance to look at the combat itself. You're coming down from the Argo. You're
What do you
descending
mean?
into battle. Walk me through what we're seeing.
By all means. So BattleTech full 3D environment, and like a modern tactical game, the environment counts, like line of sight, sensors, cover. Even though you're friggin' 30-foot tall, covered in armor,
I think Joe's coming for Ubisoft too.
And so all of those are kind of core components of any modern game.
We'll be here for Ubisoft.
Right. Spacing really matters in BattleTech. Battle mechs aren't giant bags of hit points.
It's gonna be a slow hour and a half to 2 hours.
Armor locations, there's internal structure.
Yeah, they're spending a lot of time on each individual game.
No, this is called BattleTech, but it looks a lot like XCOM.
Yeah, this looks like another XCOM. A much larger. Like this is like much higher up, sort of. larger management, but it's another like real-time strategy game. This one has mechs, but it's very similar.
I mean, I understand.
Yeah, it's probably turn-based.
Same sort of idea where damaging the arm disables that.
But I mean, technically, XCOM is turn-based too.
Yeah,
you know.
And the back is really juicy and tasty too. You get around the back of a battle mech and penetrate. I said that out. We're alive, right?
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Oh, I love it.
What you just saw there is Melee. One of the things
That's
I was really excited about. I mean, mechs were not only weapons.
Very exciting.
They're giant, armored suits.
The mech punched the other mech in the face.
Foot through a cockpit.
That's
We're
so
death from
sick.
above, jump up and slam down on mechs. All that stuff is supported in this game. And
You really want to manage your heat too. You're walking. You know, these mechs. The pilots are sitting on a giant nuclear reactor, basically, and so you really want to watch your heat. How much?
Like this
your
guy here is
your
over here.
That one's hot.
That one's on,
AF.
In combat, you are
It's on fire.
vulnerable.
Not in the good way.
It's been really fascinating to watch a lot of the streams because I know you guys just went into beta. Where can the people here go to sign up to play?
Why, Sean, they can go to BattleTechGaming.com. That's BattleTechGaming.com.
Become a backer.
It's a Kickstarter thing. This is.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in a used mech, this is the guy to talk
That's
to.
right.
Now, I'd like to state again, BattleTechGame.com. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Jordan, Mitch, it's been a pleasure.
So bad.
Thank you.
Day 9, you're so bad.
Give us some fun stuff. Come on.
Now, our very next game you may recognize from PC Games past. To talk about it, we got Sonia in the mezzanine.
Thank you, Sean. Our next game is going to come to us from our friends at Tales World Entertainment, and they have been working on an awesome open-ended action medieval RPG game, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get right into it. We're going to check out the trailer for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
Mountain Blade 2.
Yes, it is!
Of course it is.
Oh my god! Wow, look at that frame rate.
Yeah, it's chugging along, isn't it?
Here's the secret to like having a game that runs terribly. Motion blur. Motion blur. That's the secret. It hides the lack of frames.
Yeah, and you can clearly see the motion blur.
Yeah, it's
plainly obvious.
But I see you. You're not hiding your frames from me.
It's a PC game. Just run it on like a dual Titan setup.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't.
If that's
do that
what
for
it is.
stuff
If that's what they're doing anyway, like that's a good sign.
Yeah.
This is
more hack and slash.
Is this the game that had that like super realistic combat system where like you're like actually doing damage to the metal on your armor and stuff?
I don't know.
I don't think so. This one seems like more of like a much bigger simulation style thing.
Like I said, I feel like this one is less real-time strategy.
I remember seeing a game like this.
And more Dynasty Warriors hack and slash type thing.
Legit. Like this is it looks like a big like epic like war simulation.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, and he's got arrows.
Look at the arrows. Holy crap.
One in his face. Mountain Blade 2.
The arrow finds its mark.
So I remember seeing a game like that where like it was like hack and slash like medieval style,
right?
And it was just like there's this great video of this guy like in full plate armor who's like in the middle of a fight, and then someone comes up with like no armor whatsoever and like a stick, and they just like kick his ass, and they just play like X gon' give it to you, like the whole thing, and they're like, and he kills him, and he's like, wow. He got killed by this dude with no armor. That's just because he was bold, you know.
Yeah.
How's it going out?
He caught him by surprise.
So tell me, what is it that's been going on since your announcement a few months ago?
Quite a lot, really. I mean, this is we're working on the second game in our trilogy.
Okay, I'm gonna take a nap. Let me know
when the next game comes
on.
When
this one's over.
They do talk for so long about each game.
I just wish they would like
It's good that they go in depth, but
I agree.
Is it too much?
Or is it this conference where they're like putting everything that would asked for?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's cool that there's a place for stuff like this.
That's the thing, though. They're just like dumping this stuff all over PC gamers. Like there's like, check out all our real-time strategy games, yo. You know, like it's not cool. I'm not taking it.
High elves and the lizard.
Right, so they're both essentially working towards the same goal in the campaign game, which is to heal the Great Vortex. Which
You have cool purple-haired assassins.
Yeah.
The game together. Right, but even those in the Warhammer world with the same aims will inevitably come to blows at some point. So that's what we'll be showing today.
And we're going to be looking
Okay.
at what is called.
Because this trailer looks so much cooler than the game.
Yeah, this looks way better than what they just showed.
You know, like this looks dynamic and interesting. Like this looks like
You're not fighting in a big empty grass field.
This is what they call trailer deception.
Yeah. It's very deceptive.
They get you pumped up for a game that doesn't actually play or feel
anything.
Like
it's like,
what
do
you're
you remember
watching.
when Dead Island first came
Yes.
out? Do you remember the original trailer
Yes.
for Dead Island? I was
Nothing
so
like
excited for that game.
Nothing, and you still don't have it.
That game doesn't exist. That game doesn't exist. It's so disappointing. I think the closest thing that ever came out anything like that was the Walking Dead Telltale game.
Yeah,
you know, like that's
and it's total. It's such a complete opposite.
Yeah. And then they just came up with this ridiculous hack and slash, like, build your own weapon situation.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that. And it doesn't matter if it was good. It
Right.
doesn't matter because it wasn't the game I wanted.
Right.
You know? Okay, this is the same game,
This is
right?
the same game.
When did this happen?
Like 2 seconds.
We shouldn't have been talking so much. I feel like we missed something very important.
Somehow we got back to the dinosaur era.
Are we sure this is the same game?
Not anymore. No. Yeah, it's not. Total War 2.
Warhammer. This is a Warhammer game. They were talking about this game. It's like the last game that they showed was not this game.
Right.
And they started talking about this game a minute ago.
That is the first time I think we've got the.
Yeah, that was a quick teaser because, like I said, we were still talking. They were still showing the other one in the middle of our sentence about Dead Island.
They definitely were.
Really significant.
Oh, so it's the same guy. It's the same team making.
It's the same team making both games. It must be.
Yeah.
Race pack, in fact.
Creative Assembly.
I like his hat.
We're out this year.
Yeah, it's dapper.
Right, so as I mentioned, this is a quest battle, and this is the Lizardmen versus the High Elves, and this is what we've got playable here at E3 this week. So you'll be able to take control of the Lizardmen in that battle and experience that immense diversity and all the crazy stuff that's going on.
I know.
Because they're essentially an army of ancient spacefaring.
You know, a lot of times they'll like tease stuff on the pin.
Small dinosaurs, but like big dinosaurs. You know, it's playing with Warhammer.
Just dinosaurs all the way down.
All the way.
It's dinosaurs all the way down.
Backing out of the battle,
Oh my god.
Campaign map in Total War Warhammer was a big hit. What's going on with the campaign level in Warhammer 2?
So in Warhammer 2,
Did you ever hear that story? That like story of like the professor that was like talking to a student in his class, and the student was like she would like interrupt him like when he was telling her that the world was round and everything. He's like, no, the world is flat and it's on the back of a turtle, a giant tortoise. And then the professor thinks he's smart and he says, okay, well if that's the case, what is the tortoise standing on? And she replies very quickly right away. She says, oh, I've thought of that. Don't worry, it's turtles all the way down.
That's funny. I've never heard that.
Yeah. So I think that was his reference.
Yeah. Clearly.
Dinosaurs all the way down.
Clearly. He heard that story before.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, go play. It's really good fun.
Well, Al, I want to thank you for coming out and talking to us today about Total War Warhammer 2. Once again, feel free to check it out on the E3 floor, or if you're at home, there'll be tons of footage and updates about the Battle of the Fallen Gates. Now, our next game is in the card game genre.
Ooh, another card game.
Oh, good. We need more of those.
That's another genre that's becoming oversaturated.
This is
the,
I think, this is like the...
Hey guys, how's it going? Praying here.
The Elder Scrolls one? Is it?
Shadowverse.
Maybe?
Shadowverse
And if it's not, there's even more!
Because it basically just does everything.
Why can't you just make an actual
Every
card
time
game,
I
dude?
log
Make an
onto
actual...
Shadowverse,
Look at this
I
Hearthstone ripoff!
This is not Elder Scrolls.
Like whatever deck type, whatever deck, whatever cards, anything I want to do. And of course,
Kill me.
every time there's
This is
a card
Hearthstone.
added to the game,
Look
this
at all the
whole thing
Hearthstone
gets
on the screen
forwarded,
right now.
And really, the game gets so much richer. And
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen,
I hate
give
you.
the worldwide debut of the Wonderland Dreams trailer.
Wonderland Dreams?
Is this an iOS game? Is that what this is?
No, this is the PC gaming show.
Yeah, that's true. Damn it. That's disappointing.
I have a book for thee.
It even sounds like Hearthstone.
No other.
Look at the book!
Each page a window to a long-lost land.
Wow, they're really trying to get that Hearthstone money.
With myths, and wishes give birth to legends.
There's
grand.
furries in this game. You're riding a donkey in the... Look at this Hearthstone ripoff.
It's Hearthstone too.
Yeah.
Within
Are there
this
actually
book,
people
all
watching this?
ambitions
Wow, that's
bloom.
great.
But be warned, my fickle friend.
Yeah, we got Hearthstone 2 right here.
A dark abyss.
Dude, this is
awaits us
Hearthstone like
all.
0.9.
For blood-pricked roses wishes be. But fear not to bite life's fruit, for in this land, courage is key. With bated breath,
Done.
the
Yeah, we do
door
have people watching.
swings open.
Hey guys!
Rebound or
I didn't expect to
bird
have anybody say this.
Thought we were in here by ourselves.
How you doing?
you choose
We got chat open
to
now.
find your
If you want
fate.
to talk to us,
So I ask you,
you got it right there.
Oh, you got it on yours?
is
Yeah.
just a game?
Yeah, Wonderland Dreams. June 29th. Oh, okay. 3 weeks away.
Okay. So this is slightly different from Hearthstone. That first game was like, hey, check out our Hearthstone ripoff. This one's like, hey, we're going to do Hearthstone with a slightly different theme, guys. Check it out.
New demands coming from VR. Here to talk a little bit about tech in games.
Yeah,
the
Alice
leader
in
of the
Wonderland
software
Dreams.
Development group at Intel. It's Doug Fisher. Doug, come on out.
How you doing, Sean?
Hey, thanks for joining us, Doug.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
I want to thank you, Doug. For
This is the
coming on.
Hearthstone Alice in Wonderland expansion pack.
It means a lot to us. And since Doug has a whole bunch of exciting stuff to say, I'm going to give the stage to Doug. Goodbye.
Hey,
So good.
morning, everyone.
They were
I am
like,
very
dude,
excited to be here.
it's because they were
I'm very
like,
excited to talk
they were
about
like, hey,
PC
check out how
gaming,
much
give you
money
all the
Hearthstone's making.
announcements
We should,
made
if we make the
this
same
morning.
game with a
I'm
slightly
software
different
guy,
theme,
do the
we might
gamers,
get
all these
to
announcements
grab
are
some.
Yeah.
of them. You know, that's how they did it.
But like, there's so many Hearthstone players. Even if a small fraction of them decide to check out this game,
Look at the
maybe they'll
number
make some
of
money
live
off it.
streams.
Right.
There's over 2 million new live streams. Over 300 million esports enthusiasts. And look at the growth in VR. 2017 is going to be even more amazing. And why? Because of you. It's because of you in this room, the PC gamers. It's because of you on the broadcast. You are the ones that bring the innovation that we create. You drive us to innovate. You are on the edge of technology all the time with you. You have that instinct on what the new capabilities are that we need to deliver. And then you have this amazing
VR Hearthstone. That's right,
inclusive,
man.
social environment.
That's the secret.
Young, old, male,
That's where you get into that, you know,
non-tech. Millions of people
untapped
getting
market of
together,
billions of
inspiring
people
each
who
other
own
to immerse
the
themselves
HTC Vives like me.
environment.
Yeah.
You
Now
know.
it starts at Intel with amazing
I
hardware
wish,
technology.
God. They,
We've
like
talked about
I
the
want
launch
VR gaming
we
to become
had
so much more
2 weeks
accessible
ago
because
of
it's
our
so
X series.
fun. It's so
Yeah.
interesting. You
and
know.
like we were saying yesterday, you have a pretty vast library of VR games.
I
already.
do, but the
Yeah.
problem with VR games is that they're all so short. You
Yeah.
know, they're all such short, like one-time experiences, and it's not the same if you just play the game again. You know?
Right.
So
I think that's pretty much all they figured out, like how to do with VR at the moment. Is like small 20-30 minute experience.
But that's why I'm super excited about like Fallout 4 VR because I haven't actually played through Fallout 4 yet. You know, so I'm gonna play through it in VR. It's
And they
gonna be
showed
sick.
it like you were like
You know?
legit walking around. You
Yeah.
weren't like morphing around or like zooming from one area to the next. Like it looked like
I
you
kind
were.
of like that idea though that they did with Doom, where you're just teleporting and just like moving through and like quickly.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's a cool combat system, you know.
Whether it's working on the caching algorithms or the high-density graphics or multi-core, it doesn't matter, all the different areas, the best known methods. We ensure these millions of developers are making the most out of that platform, delivering the best content.
Yeah.
Then we work to market
New Intel
that
Core
so that
i9
all the
processors,
gamers out
man.
here, the billions of
I gotta do
gamers
some research on that and see what
know
the actual
new
difference is, because the only difference between i5 and i7 is hyperthreading. You know.
Do you have an i7 now, or do you have an i5?
No, I have an i5 right now. Because at the time when I built my PC, there were very little games. There weren't a whole lot of games that were taking advantage of hyperthreading.
I'm sure you recognize a lot of these titles. These are just a few examples, whether it's Halo Wars 2
Jessica.
or Overwatch, Sunshine, or the Unspoken.
She's one of our viewers.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
How many people have heard of Destiny?
How many people have heard of Destiny? No one.
What is that?
I couldn't be more excited.
That's that.
To tell you that we work with Bungie and Activision
That's that Halo game, right?
Destiny 2
that Division ripoff.
That's like World of Warcraft in space, right?
That experience is absolutely amazing.
Phil.
I can't think of a better person to talk about how amazing that experience is than the full-time live Twitch streamer and YouTube broadcaster. Welcome on stage, Tefty Teft. Hey, Tefty.
Hey, Doug. How you doing?
Good. Great to see you.
I guess it makes sense that they're going to show Destiny 2.
That guy's beard, man. He cut it for the show. Like, you can see the picture.
Oh, yeah, it's way longer
like
in the picture.
He actually, like, he trimmed it up and made it nice and clean. You know? It's only, like, a foot right now. It's pretty sweet, though.
Co-host for one of the founding co-hosts of Destiny Community Podcast.
Sparkly.
He's got it just to the point where he's got more hair on his chin than he has on his head. Just a bit, you know?
It would take me a long time to get to that point.
Yeah, me too.
I got to play it at the event.
Get out of my face.
The PC experience
That's annoying. Don't worry about that.
As somebody who's played a lot
It's
of
only a doomsday alarm I got going on.
How is it going to transfer?
Something's going on outside.
Yeah, a zombie.
To PC, are they going to
There's one zombie.
XCOM 2.
100% sure that the PC
XCOM 2 the zombie. X come give it to you.
I was blown away. I popped Don Blade.
That needs to be the theme song for Xbox
That-
One X.
Yes. Oh my god. And I love the fact that the abbreviation for Xbox One X is Xbox.
It's so good.
You know, it's brilliant.
It's a perfect name.
It is.
Well, that's being added to it. So 4K is going to be beautiful looking. It's got 21:9 ratio, uncapped frame
This is the
rates.
only system right now currently actually capable of 4K gaming.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, it's going to be so nice. And
Well, if they don't license DMX for their stuff, this
They
fall,
really have to. That would be
that's
such
a
a
missed
great
opportunity.
commercial.
Missed opportunity.
If they do that, I'm on board. I'll buy one. I will buy one because of that commercial.
optimizing the engine, so it will take advantage of all the cores in your CPU. So if you do have an
Your
i9
grooming is a
Extreme,
science
which
stream.
hey, you know, maybe hook me up. If you have an i9 Extreme, it'll be able to take advantage.
See, I have an
of
i7. I have the
That
4790K.
is, that's great.
It's
And then
more
Victor's
future-proof for
PC
sure
Yeah.
because
itself,
games are starting
I'm
to
very
actually
excited
take
about that
advantage of
one.
hyperthreading.
Too.
I think the
Can't wait
first
to find
one,
out.
which is interesting, the first game that was really popular that took advantage of hyperthreading on PC was Thief, and that game didn't do so well.
No.
But it was the first one that actually took advantage of i7 hyperthreading.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I don't know if I need to really jump to an i9 at the moment with having the
I don't know what the
4790.
difference is.
Yeah.
I'll have to look and see what the difference is between i7 and
I know I definitely need to get
know,
a new GPU though. I need a new graphics card eventually. I'm still running a 970.
The independent developers. You can see examples
Yeah,
of
I got a
properties that
1070.
they've developed. We want to make sure everybody's developing.
I wish I would have had the extra cash because the 980 Ti was on sale for $200 like a couple days ago.
980 Ti.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know what's funny is I
which
was,
is better than a 1070 even I think still.
I think that the 1070 and the 980 Ti are about
they're close.
They're very close. Yeah, and the 1070. The reason I went with the 1070 over the 980 Ti is because of VR support.
Yeah,
and like they're
The
like
winner will be announced.
they're able to handle VR much better. At least they've built the architecture around that idea. You know?
Right. It's a great event. It's a great
the 10 series stuff.
I know. I was looking at the 1080 Ti, but I just don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, I mean, well, now that I have a 1070, I could like theoretically sell the 1070 and get like a 1080.
Yeah,
and maybe eventually because the 1080.
Well, that's what I have a buddy that does that. Every time they announce the new one, he'll sell the old one,
and that's probably not a terrible idea.
He makes back most of the money. Like, he'll sell it for like $100 cheaper.
Yeah,
and then just have to pay $100 for the next graphics.
Exactly, and that's probably
he does that every time.
It's a good way to do cell phones too.
If you
upgrade your cell phone every year, you sell your old cell phone, buy a new cell phone, have like a burner phone in the middle.
Yep.
You know,
he does that.
Like,
he uses his.
It's really smart.
He uses his son's cell phone for like a week.
Yeah,
and his son's only like 9 years old. He'll use his phone for a week.
That's
during
funny.
the process. Like
I just have like an old like Moto X that I just put my SIM card into.
Yeah.
You
If
know?
my phone ever dies, the only backup phone I have is one of the Nokia bricks.
Oh
one
my
of the
God.
very first phones.
Nice.
But dude, it still works.
Okay, now they're talking about VR stuff.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay.
Pun intended.
For real.
With ESL, the first being we have a landmark deal with ESL. Intel is now the global technology provider for esports.
Look at how excited those guys are.
Great news for
Yeah, they're in
everybody
virtual reality.
In the game.
They are
without a headset.
Virtual reality. Their eyes are closed. They're just dreaming of the win they just had.
Of their Wonderland dreams.
Yeah.
You'll have the latest
Card game.
technology at those events. Now, the thing I love about sports, and
I wonder at what point will we see like fully competitive VR games? Like that's going to be.
I think we're still years away.
Yeah, that's a long time from now.
Well, that's like second or third generation Vive. Once they've perfected the technology.
Like people are joking around online and saying like, "Oh, they should make Overwatch VR," and I'm like,
It'd be
"No,
awful. It would be awful.
That
right
would be
now.
terrible.
It'd be awful.
Yeah,
right now.
it's a competitive game. You're trying to like look around and like just get yourself killed very quickly.
I had an issue like being sick, but I mean I haven't used the Vive, but with PlayStation VR, I was getting sick often, like in a lot of those games.
Really?
With yeah, just the way
That's
that
probably a
we were
latency
doing
thing.
motion.
It's especially with like PlayStation VR between like the latency, the frame rate, and the resolution. Like all three of those things are problems for PlayStation.
It was
VR,
bad enough that I had to
you know?
sell it. We didn't keep ours, Jessica. Yeah. We got rid of it.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Like
I was so excited about the announcement today.
because the thing about like VR is 90 hertz is like necessary.
Yeah.
You
Which
have
I
to have
think
90
PlayStation
hertz,
VR
which it does,
is.
but it's lower resolution
Yeah.
and it's lower field of view.
Absolutely.
You know, so between all of those things
Echo
and the
Arena.
latency, like it's
So here's Overwatch in
Oculus
VR.
Studios.
Here's Overwatch in VR.
Huh. You know, Oculus is getting some really interesting exclusives.
Yeah, and Ready at Dawn. That's the Order 1886 team from PS4.
Interesting.
And I think they did a Vita game. Too.
Are they making a game this time?
Maybe instead of a 4-hour
movie.
4-hour movie.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the VR.
I mean,
game
I'm
too.
not opposed to a 4-hour movie in VR.
No,
that'd
be cool.
That'd be sweet. But
cool.
I mean, I also like games.
Now I know when you become an expert, what do you want to do?
Video games are cool.
You want to showcase those skills. Wouldn't it be awesome if you had an opportunity to showcase those skills? That's why we're super excited to work together to create the VR Challenge. With Intel, Oculus, and ESL, we're creating the VR Challenge. It's a virtual challenge.
We challenge everyone to go out and buy a VR headset.
Buy a VR headset.
Good luck.
And it's going to be in Poland.
We challenge you to work your ass off. Make $700. Buy yourself a VR headset. Build yourself a gaming PC capable of playing VR, right?
Now,
so that's another like at least $800,
Yeah.
I'd say.
I'm going to give you a
know,
challenge all here
I was gonna say you
today.
need about $1,500 as a barrier of entry for a good PC.
altogether.
Yeah, with the headset,
with
and
the
everything,
the Oculus, you know.
By participating there to win one of 3 great prizes.
And I think if you're gonna save up for a VR headset, I would probably just save up and get a Vive.
I would say Vive. Yeah, and that's the thing is like the Vive.
Unless you can win this grand prize, in which that case that's a pretty sweet grand
you
prize.
can get that. You can win that. That's the secret. Win that for free.
Yes.
You don't have to pay anything. Right.
And then spend all the money on games.
buy a Vive also.
There you go.
You know?
Then you have 2.
And then you have both a Vive and an Oculus,
Yeah.
so you can play all of the 15 VR games that are good.
And why is that happening? Because we have amazing Intel hardware. As a software person, that helps me participate in creating amazing and compelling content and those new immersive experiences we all want to have. So the realm of possibilities are here now. An example of that is VR. So I'm stepping away now. I'm going to go up and look at the Echo platform, Echo Arena, and see how it goes, and I'll be back in a minute.
Amazon
So,
Echo?
Sean?
They named the Echo Arena after the Amazon Echo.
Oh hell yeah!
Get those good
Nino Kuni.
Sponsorship
Nino
bucks.
Kuni 2.
Oh,
November 10th.
man.
Keep in mind, if you look at the time,
Don't know what that is.
I don't know where Alex is, but I know he'll be excited.
Yet to be announced. So let's go ahead and look at what's to come.
So I wonder if they're going to show a trailer for that tonight at Sony, I bet.
Maybe.
Coming up, Brendan Green joins us to talk about the future of his smash hit, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Okay, so we're going to see
a new
some
game
pub.
from Play Entertainment.
Oh, that looks interesting.
That looks interesting. I like that. Oh,
Also,
man.
the PC Gaming Show has commercials. Maybe not.
Nope. They couldn't get any sponsors.
Sonia, how's it going,
The Amazon Echo is all they got.
So, as a Firefox, this is a game that pulls on my heartstrings and does not let
You're
go.
not a Firefox.
And I just want to hear more about
You're
it.
a
And luckily, I've got
human
the perfect
being.
person to talk to today. I am joined by Felix Kramer on the game formerly known as Secret Legend, but you've got some special
I
announcements.
identify as a
saw some
Firefox.
secret announcements on the Dicey Twitter account.
Hey,
yeah,
if
do you
that's
want
what
to
she
talk
wants
about
to
that?
be.
Well,
Yeah,
you're exactly
man.
right.
More
We
power
were
to
known
her,
as
you know?
Secret Legend, but today we're announcing our new name, Tunic. So you can head to tunicgame.com to find out more about that. And we're announcing that we're pairing with publisher Finji, who you may know from their incredible work
Never heard
on
of
Night in the Woods and Overland.
So exciting.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Don't know any of
so
those
much.
ones.
So I want to tell you, it wasn't just the fox that sold me
man.
on this game. I love
Yes,
the
it was.
beautiful, charming graphics, and honestly, I just want to see more of it. Can we check out the trailer? Let's do it.
That should be like really cool looking.
It does look pretty sweet. If it's the game that we just saw a second ago. I love the art style of this.
This is not the same game.
It's not the same game.
But this is
look
cool.
at that fox.
Look
Go!
at
Oh my
Zelda
god, it's
aspects.
Zelda! It's
Some
Zelda
Zelda
as a
aspects.
fox. Hey.
That's why it's called Tunic.
Oh. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Of course. It's a Zelda. They're trying to make a Zelda game.
Zelda, yeah.
Okay, but this looks good. I like the little rolling, like it's that little like.
I mean, he's even got a shield.
Combat looks fun in this.
Sword and shield.
They drop souls, so that's good. He's got a little shield. Good luck, buddy.
Okay, Dark Souls elements.
This is Dark Souls. Okay, cool. This is like.
I would play it.
That looks good. That actually looks like
Yeah,
a good game.
I'd play it. It looks fun.
For sure.
Thank you.
Are you serious?
Now,
Are you serious about that? Does Tunic really have a pending lawsuit from Nintendo for Zelda?
I doubt
Because
it.
that's hilarious.
I don't think so.
3 million sales,
If so.
they recognize it as one of the 3 most
Can pull up the
played and
Festival
broadcasted
scrolls.
games on
That's
Twitch
funny.
right now. It's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I'm literally next to PlayerUnknown right now. Brendan Green, welcome.
Thank you.
I still have not played this game.
Oh shit! He's known now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it has been amazing.
I know Ryan's
to
super
see the
into this
runaway
game. I
success
still have
of the
never
game. What's
touched
been
it.
like for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, really, the reaction we've got from players and.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like a fun game.
Thank you to everyone for that. It's been great.
And thank you for the experiences, both of the joy of winning and the, well, I guess the joy of a bullet flying through my head out of nowhere, and I'll never know why.
That guy's life changed overnight. Like, he went from probably having like
sure.
no money to being close
Look
to
at
a
him.
millionaire.
To being like on the PC gaming show.
And there's a whole lot more to come. Talk to us a little bit about
No longer PlayerUnknown.
So we
Yeah,
have,
he's
Player
playing known now.
known
Look
now.
at him.
moment is to sort of
Look at this
stabilize
guy
the
dressed
game.
up as a.
I love his outfit, man.
You know, 2D, 3D replays.
You should do
plans,
something like that.
in-game
Captain
replays,
Falcon.
every
Dude, the
month.
grenade you just threw at the wall. That's
So yeah,
great.
no, but our current focus is really to just get the game competitive and stable.
It's
So
Scout.
suddenly fences are no longer the most impossible object in the game. You can
Right?
climb over them.
Yeah, yeah. So our content program.
Wow, they updated the game.
Oh wait,
you
so
can climb
so
on
climbing is
fences.
an update.
So it doesn't matter what object
Whoa,
you're
this
from,
game
does
is
it show
alpha as
So in terms
hell.
of jumping and vaulting, is it?
I like that this is a feature that they're like making a whole video about.
Yeah, like you
It
can-
must have been a
you
big
can
point of
jump now.
contention. Like people must have been so pissed that they couldn't jump over things.
I know we need Ryan's expertise here to say,
Yeah,
like
well, that was a good
why this is such a
animation.
big deal.
One of my favorite aspects, of course, is the rain map in the
There's
game.
weather in the game now.
So
That's
this is our
good.
new weather settings. This is
Whoa,
fall. You
it just
saw the
instantly
clear day.
changes.
Our rain has been tweaked a little bit as well.
The rain looks pretty good.
We
The
also
rain
have
layout's
sunset
like.
coming in.
Imagine like creating a system like that. It's got to be really intensive.
Yeah, I want to see some snow.
Impact on
Bring me some snow, boy.
But I think it's on an island, so.
It just changed dynamic.
Well, yeah, it doesn't snow on islands.
Well,
Yes. This is the OTS, Groza.
it could in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I am sure it does.
Or in like an island up near the Arctic.
Right.
But yeah.
It would mean it would snow a lot.
Yeah.
Like probably all the time.
Maybe it could be a new map.
And then long range.
Yeah, the Arctic map where it
Yeah.
snows all the time.
That'd be sweet.
Why
Yeah.
did you put that gun in? I think your answer was,
Just looks cool.
I think this guy's had some bad experiences with this game. It's just like he just keeps digging at it all the time.
Maybe he was one of the ones that wanted.
Just like, oh yeah, I love this game. My favorite thing is getting shot randomly without knowing anything about it. And,
he was
just
pissed he couldn't
dying.
jump
It's
over
like,
the bullets.
It's because I couldn't jump over the bullets. I can't vault over all of the bullets.
Well, it's just going to change the way you
Dude, they added weather. They added weather.
Yeah.
with the foggy weather.
Super sick.
Fog and rain.
Tornadoes.
Yeah.
It's just again,
No snow though.
Hurricanes.
Snow is coming in the snow update pack 2018.
talked a little bit about what we've seen in the video.
That's what City Skylines did.
City Skylines is a good game.
I know.
It's a really good game. Yeah.
They added that whole snow pack.
Yeah,
like,
they did. It's like the best SimCity game.
It is.
Yeah, and it's again, it's just creating a stable platform. That's our aim.
In the same way that like Middle Earth Shadow, Middle Earth
Desert map with,
what's that game called?
sort of
The first one.
cities, with sandstorms
Shadow of Mordor.
And then this other one
Yeah.
in the edge.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
second one, Shadow of War.
Yeah, in the same way that Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor is the best Assassin's Creed game to come out in the last few years.
And I know that you've been super involved.
Although I am pretty excited about Origins after what I saw last
Yeah,
night.
Origins looks really good.
They definitely took
Really
a
good.
lot of page from like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
You can
which
clearly
is
tell.
great because I know Breath of the Wild took a lot of ideas from them. You
Yeah.
know, so
And that's
learning
what's
from
good.
each
like,
other.
Exactly.
You know,
You just
that's
keep
good.
building off of each
Yeah.
other. It creates a healthy environment.
Right, so you can just and it'll just give you a new way to create like machinimas and stuff like that within the game. Yeah.
And the last thing I want to bring up, because you were mentioning this a lot before you came on, you have all sorts of stability and performance fixes incoming.
Yeah, so like our focus this month is on our server performance and really getting that stable because at the moment the servers aren't performing the best they could. But,
You
know,
didn't
so
expect a bunch of
last
people to
month
actually want to
our
play
team
this game, did
focused
you?
on client
Yeah,
performance
he wasn't
and
ready for the
that quality
millions
for a lot
upon
of
millions of people to
this month
download it.
it's a server, So they've already found a lot of things to fix.
I'm sure he's got the money to fix that stuff up
will
pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
On the game at that point.
Right.
They will accept responsibility for those losses then. Well, to Player Unknown himself, Brendan, thank you so much for coming out to talk about it.
He's thinking like, man, I really wish I came up with a better name for my game.
As we get ourselves set up for the next game, we're going to head to the mezzanine with Sonya for a little bit of a giveaway.
Thank you, Sean. Sean is pretty cool, right? But you know what's a little bit
I
cooler?
think every time we see her, she turns slightly more into a fox.
That's the
this bad boy is going to be rocking an i7 7700K processor.
Her hair gets a little bit more
There's a lot
orange
of
every
sevens
time.
in there, and it's going to be running a NVIDIA GTX 1080. It is worth more than $2,500. So if you want a chance to win, head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put in your information. Good luck, and back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Sonya. And I am pretty cool, right?
No.
No.
Jesus, thanks, audience.
Wow. Wow.
Nobody clapped.
They just, not a single person. Not a single person.
But we still have all sorts of great stuff in store for you. Our next guest you may recognize.
I think he's actually just been offended. Like he probably expected at least one person to be like, woo!
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
As always.
All right.
You guys have been busy. Congratulations on the recent release of Rising Storm 2.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real.
Man, second time we've seen a hat like that.
That hat is pretty popular.
Although
Like,
his
is shiny.
It's a bit more,
And it's like built differently, but it's like, yeah, it's pretty sweet.
The game in a real positive way, and be sure
Look
to
at
check
these
out the
war
trailer
games.
for it. See what
I
we're
think
up to.
war games are the
We're
most original
already really
games
busy working on
because
some
no one
stuff
ever
that
had made a war
stay
game
tuned.
before.
That's amazing. I mean,
You
I know
know,
so many people
before
know you
this
from
one.
Killing
Before
Floor
war
2,
games.
Yeah. War games are the most, yeah, I mean.
No one does this. Tripwire.
This is, yeah.
Oh, that's been going
Oh,
awesome.
okay. What is this? I'm down with this.
Is this the
Ooh,
same
I
game?
like this. No, this looks different.
Second wave games come out for VR, and we've learned a lot.
Okay,
Oh, this
whatever
is
that
VR.
is, I want to play that. I want to play this.
Maybe this is Tripwire in VR.
Oh,
no,
shit.
It's not.
It's scary as hell. You can play it
Zombies.
single
No.
player and co-op. And,
Oh god, those are creepy.
Weird looking zombies. Zambies.
You know what people haven't done enough of in VR? Zombie wave shooters. There's not enough zombie wave shooters.
Killing floor version.
Yeah, they only have I think 30 of them right now.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. They need to make more. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there needs to be one for every single person that has a Vive.
Right, which is they need 10 more.
Yeah, they need. Exactly. Once they hit 40, we're good. One game per owner.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the tragic
Oh man, we're pretty far behind now.
I feel like we should probably do that.
Oh, this looks sweet. What is this?
I think this is the summer sideshow.
Maybe Trip Wire.
Trade for festive clown makeup, colorful hats, and dozens of other items. Carnival rewards are only available for a limited time. See the adorable
Oh man.
pinhead and
Oh my goodness.
the mighty strong clown. Oh,
Lord.
what's wrong with him? Hear the bearded beauty.
Oh,
the
God.
siren from Fiji.
Oh, he's cute.
Back by
he's
popular demand. Come see Hughie the Clown and the Monkey Man. Why does the monkey have a chainsaw? Find romance
Yuki the
in
Clown. Why
top
does the monkey have a
Swing on the
chainsaw?
queen of chains.
Because that helps him cut down trees so he doesn't climb them.
That's logical.
That's not safe.
I would want to chainsaw
See
that.
the death-defying firestorms of Dr. Infernum's pyrotechnic emporium. Oh, is he actually on fire? Why is that person on fire? Earn new achievements and try out the new HE-12
Someone needs to inform this guy, because he doesn't seem to know what's going on. He doesn't get the picture here.
I don't care, it's unlockable. Why does the carnival cleanup crew need hazmat suits?
Why do they?
No, I'm done. This is a horror show. I'm
that's a
getting out of
beautiful
here. If you can hear this, run!
That was insane.
Oh my god! What is this game? Is this another VR game?
I think so.
I'll play this in VR. I'm down with that.
It's still, it's still Killing Floor 2.
It's another Killing Floor thing.
The summer sideshow.
Oh yeah, I mean seasonal events are
Oh
definitely
my
A seasonal event.
Yeah.
This is my favorite holiday. Creepy Carnival Clown
creepy carnival sideshow
day. Yeah. They don't do enough video game updates for creepy sideshow clown holiday zombies day.
People can experience in the summer sideshow.
So it's a limited time event. It's only going to last for 1 month.
It's one of those lesser known holidays in between Memorial Day and the 4th of July.
And there's
Yeah.
over 50 cosmetic items that people can get.
Where everyone locks their doors. They stay inside.
Yeah.
They pray to whatever god they pray to. That the clowns don't get them.
The clowns and the sideshow freaks.
2 new weapons that we're introducing. And we also have this other mode that we're really excited about. It's the weekly outbreak.
Yeah, I saw the weekly outbreak at the end of the trailer. What's the weekly outbreak about?
So each week, new gameplay mode comes out with new challenges. For the
I think
players.
ICP invented this
We have
holiday.
one
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's how they were born.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have one called Tiny Terror, where every time you shoot,
Alright, I'm gonna try to reset that.
Yeah, we just need to refresh our stream.
which is really crazy. And whenever the players,
We got about
hit
20
the
seconds
first two.
behind.
Oh, really?
So I mean, that's just 2 of them. We have 8 total, and it's over 2 months.
Okay,
worth
you're
of
on it.
Content.
It's F5.
And they're really hard to beat, but if you beat it, you get really cool like precious items and stuff like that.
So of course I have to
And
ask.
then
when
go up.
can people
Oh, you
play
can.
it?
Can you see it?
Actually, you can play it tomorrow.
Wow, we couldn't figure that out yesterday.
Free on Steam all week.
Easy.
Yep.
I think Andy
So
just
you got
fixed
no
it.
excuse not to try it.
Well, I mean, what if people are here at E3?
Oh well, they can play it here too.
Oh boy, that
Yeah,
was
tomorrow.
the setup on my part. Yeah, whereabouts is it
It's
at
still
on the
like
E3 floor?
behind, but
That's
that's
a PC
Is
gaming
it?
show.
Oh, that's right. It's at the PC Gaming Show booth. We have our own booth here at E3.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad that 2 of you are
I'm
very
trying to like
excited
read
hear
their
that.
lips to see what they're saying to see how fast.
Yeah,
they
it's a
are.
quick like 10
It's gonna become a
seconds.
tradition.
Indubitably. I'm not in charge of the buzzer, so yes, of course.
Wonder why.
Well, I want to say, Bill, thank you so much for coming out. and
Yeah, it's like
all the
about 10
projects and
seconds.
the progress. Bill Monk from Tripwire
Thanks, man.
Interactive.
Thank you.
Cheers. Let's head back up to the mezzanine for a little bit of social with
We could just watch it like that.
This year's PC gaming show is being broadcast on more platforms than ever before. We are on Steam, we're on Facebook and Twitch and Mixer. We are all over the place. This is awesome. And guys, if you are on Mixer, you gotta sweet talk the mods a little bit. Be kind of nice to them because they're gonna be giving away games throughout the entire show. Unfortunately, no free games for day 9, but sorry.
This is working just fine.
I know, that's why we're looking at it like this, so we can just watch it in the time that we can see it.
Now, if any of you got the chance to see the conferences leading up to today, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. In particular, Microsoft has had a whole slew of games people are pumped for, including some that are going to be at this show, starting with the first ever incarnation of Forza Motorsport coming straight to PC. It's Forza Motorsport 7. Joining me to talk about it is the creative director of Forza Motorsport from Turn
I'm gonna take a nap.
Bill Giese.
Yeah, they're gonna rehash a lot of stuff that we saw yesterday now.
Yeah. Right. Forza.
I was hoping we would see something new.
Simulation game.
Huge announcements. We revealed a car to the world.
Not an in-game car.
No, an actual car. That's normally saved for car shows like Geneva and Paris.
Yeah.
We revealed a car here at E3, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS, to the world yesterday.
Very excited.
You know, I've gotten a chance to play the previous Forza Motorsport games, and that always struck me as a racing game, not focused on being cartoonish or strapping guns to the car. It's about hyper-realistic racing.
Forza Motorsport is about precision.
Look at those rocks, man. They're real small rocks, but they're still rocks.
Yeah, they're little grains of sand.
To really recreate that feeling of driving a car at peak. The cars, we have over 700 cars. Every single one of them, they're going to rattle and shake. It's going to scare the crap out of you.
Yeah, it sucks that they're going to just rehash stuff. Like, I was hoping that, because they said Microsoft, Xbox is going to be here. I was hoping they'd have at least something. Well, and like I said, this is just the
support, but with multi-USB, we have every fan-requested wheel on the market. And it's been exciting for the team.
That's a lot of USB
It's a lot
devices.
of wheels, let me tell you. And we've been testing that. Last week alone, we brought in any USB device we had, and we played on a Guitar Hero guitar and a DDR pad. Now, you're not going to do that, obviously.
You can race on a Guitar Hero.
Real racing works. That's not
that is amazing.
But whatever you have in your closet.
Can you race along to, like,
now, what about for low-end PCs?
a song?
A lot of people
Like, as
who
you're
are on
playing
budget
it?
devices. I mean, what about for them?
It's been great going to the high end of 4K.
Like you're playing Freebird and you're actually
this is next gen gaming.
We've also
right
lowered
here.
our min spec
Racing with
as
a
well,
guitar?
Yeah.
5. And no matter
Playing
where you
Forza
play,
with a Guitar Hero guitar.
And speaking
from
of
like
looking and playing great, here at
2006.
E3, and I understand you have some out-of-control rigs that people can actually play the games on.
Absolutely. Come by the show. We've got 2
It's because they want all those
hydraulic
videos,
rigs,
like
in
everyone made all
4K
those
on ultra-
Overwatch
Hydraulic
videos
rigs,
of
yeah,
like
tell me that.
playing
Bring the volume
Lucio
down.
with the
Come
turntable,
on, check it out.
you know, like,
Yeah.
from
Bill,
like
thanks so
DJ
much for sharing with us.
Hero. You know.
I'm incredibly excited of all the stuff.
He's
Microsoft's
excited
doing.
to
We've got
play the
chance to
guitar.
Look at Forza, and now coming onto the stage, I am replacing Bill with Ted Timmons. He's the PC design lead at Rare to talk about Sea of
Boom!
Thieves.
All right, I'm down. I'm
Sea
back
of
up. I'm
Thieves.
awake.
Ted
I'm ready.
Ted Timmons.
Thanks for having me.
I'm
Well,
excited.
it's a pleasure. So Ted, talk to me a
Doing
little bit
crunches
about
on accident?
what is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so we feel
hurting
we've
my
made
stomach.
the pirate game you've always wanted. When you think about sailing around the open seas, you and your
Wow.
crew of crewmates. Basically, it's Pirates that can meets the good news.
What are some of the things that you're showcasing?
He's a
here
real-life
at E3
pirate.
in the game?
Yeah, so
He
for example,
is.
you can
He's
see the briefing
like-
yesterday, we showed
I think
off
he's
great new
part
features like
Timmy the
rhythm
Terrible.
actions and firing yourself
Yeah.
out of cannons.
A common pirate pastime.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Now, I had to ask
Okay, so this is different than what we saw yesterday at the Xbox conference here, I think.
Features that you've added in to focus on the PC experience.
Yeah, so we've got things like 4K, unlocked frame rates, everything you expect, but we've also brought our gameplay footage in 21:9 as well, my personal favourite.
Your favorite resolution,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of the top 3 favorite resolutions.
Yeah, it's
of
probably
yours?
there with 32:9 and 16:9 as well, probably.
So, tell me
I
a little
love that
bit
joke.
more
Rare.
about the PC version. Obviously, it's probably a challenge to try to develop for 2 different devices. at
16 by
once.
9.
Yeah, so we
It's
decided
my
to
favorite
change our approach
resolution.
to the game. We're actually building both versions in parallel because we felt that's how we deliver the same game on the same day.
So
This
it's
game
not
looks
a port one by
good.
It does. I want
This
to play
game
it.
looks good.
Just to build them together.
Rare, please make a good game again.
One single code path, yeah.
Awesome.
Rare, please.
Well, I know a whole lot of people here are curious to get their chance to play it. Is there an official release date or an opportunity for them to play it?
Yeah, so we're coming to both platforms in early 2018, but right now we have a technical alpha. You're welcome
good
to
team
come
at
sign up.
Rare,
There's
kind of
thousands of
Platonic.
PC players playing already, so yeah, come join us at thieves.com.
Once again, Ted Timmons.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Is it out now?
I think he just said there is. He said right now there's a technical alpha
so you
for
just gotta
PC
get,
players.
You just gotta get access somehow.
I'm gonna download
Now,
that.
this next title is one I'm personally very, very excited about.
I wish they had talked about that game for 20 minutes.
Yeah, they only talked about that for like 2.
Style just grabbed me. It's an evolution of Cyberpunk, a game called The Last Night. Here to talk about it.
This game looks sweet.
Yeah?
They showed this at the Xbox conference too.
Tales. Join me in welcoming Tim.
It very much matches our theme.
Okay.
Hello, Tim. Welcome. Thanks for coming out. Let's ask the obvious question. What is The Last Night?
The Last Night is what we call a cinematic platformer, which means it's not a game like Mario where you have to jump from platform to platform, but it's more story-driven. It's more.
Tell us about last night, Frodo.
Oddworld, I was going to say, it reminded me quite a bit about it, and I saw that you guys had the big announcement reveal at Microsoft yesterday.
Frodo Baggins!
Yeah, we are obviously super happy with the trailer reception. It's been absolutely incredible. Now, of course, I have some.
Yeah, this game looks sweet. This game looks really good. I love the aesthetic of this mixed with the side-scrolling nature of like Limbo and.
So you saw this one
like,
yesterday?
Yeah.
I said the art style definitely matches our theme.
I like that it's frozen.
Yeah, that means it's frozen on stream.
That's good. That's good. I like that. Man, this game looks good.
Is that Alex coming to fix it?
Oh damn.
What's the Last Night review about?
Oh, it's returned.
Well, let's talk about what the game is.
To imagine a world where machines are surpassing us in every possible way. So not only physically, but also intellectually, emotionally, even creatively.
So in a sense, like any job that you could possibly imagine, an AI does better.
Absolutely.
Including being a host for a PC gaming show.
Including that.
Yep. Next year, man, he's being replaced by an AI.
It's true. It's true. I think her name's Aisha Tyler.
In terms of this world, this must give a kind of.
She's not doing Ubisoft anymore, so she's got to get in where she can.
Like, where can.
What is it like to be a person in this world?
So, in a world
Gotta force
where
them memes
there are
somehow.
multiple emotions,
Memes.
Yeah.
Gotta much be whipped.
The only thing you can really do is to consume endlessly, right? So what we're trying to see with this game is how do you define yourself? When you don't have anything to trade or to strive for.
Yeah, and I can see,
Exactly. AI.
Yeah,
Tyler.
AI Aisha Tyler.
In 2D, but it has so many modern effects. How did you even think of this?
So it all comes down to my background in VFX and advertising, basically. So I wanted to, explore what I could do with 2D and pixel art, and just augment that and enrich it with like modern techniques of lighting and compositing.
Right. And we've talked a little bit about where we are, about the art style. Who are you? Who do you play as in The Last Night?
Yeah, so the character you get to play is a young idealist, I would say.
Yeah.
And because of a childhood accident, he cannot enjoy the same gamified, augmented life than everybody else.
Right.
So because of that, he wants to change the world. And
you want to have like an impact and a meaning.
Absolutely. So on his way to do that, he's going to meet some questionable characters you have to trust or not in your way.
What about the gameplay? What are the things that, if I'm the player, what do I do in The Last Night?
So we took inspiration from some classic genre like point and click and adventure games, but so you get to solve puzzles and dialogues, of course. But we added a real-time component to it.
Real-time in what sort of sense? What makes it a real-time puzzle?
So it means that while you are busy breaking in an apartment, for instance, all the simulation is still happening around you. So police come around, and you have to be careful about that.
So in a sense, like if I try to break into the apartment at night, the police might be on patrol at that time. But if I came in the morning, there might be no police. But the resident might be home.
Absolutely, yeah. So that means that if you see the police coming around the corner, you better just hide, pretend to be a hobo, or maybe draw your gun.
You also mentioned that the structure of the game is in one night.
God, I love this. I love this aesthetic.
Yeah, so the game
I do want to play this.
Around several nights, so
this looks really good.
And they are all interconnected, which means that
I feel like they're showing more today than they did yesterday too, which is good.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
Remember.
So if I'm just in a conversation, just walk away in the middle of it.
Yeah, they will remember it.
They'll remember. Like 2 days later, they'll be
absolutely.
angry.
Yeah.
That's fast. That must add a huge amount of replayability since the world is just changing based on.
Yeah, we're taking a lot of pleasure to hide a lot of stuff in the city, and we hope the community will have fun to figure and get that out collectively. So.
Well, again, I love the art style. I love these story-driven adventure games. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm looking forward to it. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
Once again, that's oddtales.net for more information about The Last Night. Now, this next game surprised me. I'm sure it will surprise you because of its style. It's from the makers of Arma, the realistic military simulator, and DayZ, the zombie survival game. This one has a
They haven't finished that game yet.
Let's look at the next title from Bohemia Interactive.
Still in early access.
It was the mother of all storms. But somehow I just knew everything was going to be...
Look at those polys, man. Oh, there's like 7 of them.
Being stranded on a desert island is a lot of fun. You get to meet new friends. You get in shape. And you learn how to
That poor
craft.
boar.
It's Minecraft.
He tricked him.
And because it's your land, it won't take long before you call that place
Unbearable.
That's just the beginning, because here you can do anything.
You can do
except escape.
So this desert landscape, was this an island? Because if so, this
Where'd
can't
the
be.
desert go? Do you build that stuff? Is this like... Okay. Is this like Minecraft, except you can actually discover hidden things that are actually cool? That's the most realistic combat I've
ever seen in a video game. Jesus. There's cars. Okay.
And your mother smelled of elderberries.
This is jumping around so much. Like,
let's just show you how much stuff you can do.
Islands. Explore your creativity.
Islands.
Visit us at islands.com.
That's a Y. That's definitely a Y.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Y.
But they're pronouncing it with an I.
Wylands.
Here to join me to talk about Islands is the creative director from Bohemia Interactive.
You can't just put a Y there and call it Islands. You can't.
What does the Y stand for? Maybe it
has
Roblox
Explorers.
Maybe it has a it has an ulterior motive behind it.
Survival and exploration, but at the same
They know what they're
time,
doing. That Y is
islands
going to
can create
become
your
special
own
at some
games,
point.
your own adventures, just like the ones we've shown in the video. Actually, Islands stands for your islands, place that you create where you make the rules.
And it's almost like a sandbox.
The ocean looks so cool, though.
Yeah.
I like that
style.
Cool, like low poly look.
Yeah, what they showed with like coming to the land and like starting out and building up your settlement or whatever, that looked really cool. And
So
then it
here's the
started
thing,
to-
though. I feel like if it's a game like Minecraft where you're working your way up to all that crazy stuff, that's sweet. I'm
Right.
down with that. You know.
But like, hopefully, it doesn't happen like in the span of 2 hours. Like, you know, you land,
Sure, yeah.
and then within 2
It's
hours
gotta
you're
take
driving
time.
a car.
It's gotta take time to do that. But look at this terraforming you got going on.
This is like
You're a
birthday's the
god.
beginning.
You're a god.
Birthday's the
Oh my
beginning.
god, where'd you get that terraforming machine, dude?
And I know that modding
It was
is
gifted
a
to me
legendary part of Bohemia's
by the Inuit
history.
tribe.
What are some of the lessons that you've
My
learned
great-great-grandfather.
from DayZ and brought to modding in Islands?
Okay, this looks
We have
interesting.
our own editor. It's not a standalone application. It's a part of the game.
Oh, really? I mean, I've assumed that
I'm
it
more
was just
interested in this
outside,
than I am
all
in
over
like
it.
Arma
Now, we
or
would
DayZ.
like
For
to
sure. For sure.
to prototype their creations really quickly.
This is the new Minecraft,
And
man.
So in
Yeah.
the editor, the players can obviously create something
Minecraft,
new.
step
They can
aside.
also decide to, open
Watch out,
modify
boy.
Existing games, ones that we created or ones that other players.
You can rotate trees, man.
Yeah, if you don't like it one way,
Minecraft 2, dude.
rotate it the next.
That is fantastic.
This looks cool.
Tell me a little bit about what it is that we're seeing right here on screen.
Well, this is just some random multiplayer game. There are two guys. Initially, there were three. I think one just like fell down the bridge. They are
Yeah.
trying to get some kind of treasure. And
Is this just you can just find like cool like hidden tombs and stuff in
Yeah.
the game? Because that is awesome. Look at all that treasure!
I know you guys are here at E3. What are some of the things that players can get their hands on at this event?
Well, we'll be showing some of the games that we created with the Islands game editor, but at the same time, we'll be showing how they can use the editor to create those games.
That's awesome. And I mean, I know there's
This is such a PC game.
right now,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that right?
Yeah, actually, they can already play the alpha version of the game. It's
Alpha's already out.
Part of our Bohemia
I'm down with that. I'll play that.
They can find more information on our website, islands.com. And later this year, we are coming to...
That one little block is bothering me, dude. Did you have to do that? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
We're good. You can remember that.
That's fine.
So I want to say, Alice, thank you so much for coming out to talk about
having us.
Islands. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
And of
it looks to
course-
me like building up to that sort of stuff is going to take
Yeah, it's
forever.
gonna-
It's going to take a while. That's cool.
Yeah, that I'm okay
Yeah.
with. Like I said, I just didn't want to start it and then already be driving a car after like a
Right.
few hours.
Our next world exclusive is going to be up.
World exclusive.
Oh, man.
Oh, good.
She's back!
Firefox gets to introduce
So honored to be a part of this world exclusive reveal from developers Clay. You might recognize their name from games like Don't Starve or Don't
Okay.
Starve
Good
Together
game.
for lonely folk like myself. And last
Same
year at the
game.
PC Gaming Show, they actually revealed
Just the
their sci-fi
multiplayer
colony sim game, Oxygen Not Included. And this year they
So
are
it's the company
back.
that made Sims?
And they are back
Sims
with
2?
a bang.
And Sims 3?
I'm so excited to reveal their upcoming sci-fi RPG game. It is called Griffland.
Oh, okay.
Griffland. Oh, this is that one that we saw.
Yes, I
with
think
the
it
unique
is.
art style.
Yeah, this looks really interesting. You can tell though that it's made by the people that made Don't Starve.
Oh yeah, same.
That's very
same-
similar
same
art
aesthetic.
style.
Yeah, same aesthetic.
I should have picked that out when I first saw it. This looks sweet.
Yeah.
Griftlands. I want to do all those things.
Late 2017, early 2018.
I absolutely
very vague.
love Clay games and can't wait the chance to try Grifflands. Now this next
Grifflands.
title is an interesting one because
Griftman.
I'm not someone who plays many VR games, but I got
Well, they're not even gonna bring someone out to talk about that one.
several months
Nope.
ago, and I was immediately hooked. So
That
I
game
can't
speaks for
wait to
itself.
talk about
Yeah.
it with the creative director from Ready at Dawn. It's Rue Virasuria to talk
They
about
did this
Lone
opposite,
Echo.
like they
Welcome,
did,
Rue.
brought someone to talk about
Good to
friggin'
have you
XCOM for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now all the really
Now,
interesting games are like,
Yeah. I've gotten
we
the
don't
chance
need to talk
play
about
Lone
these.
Echo, but a lot of people here
So
maybe
this is the
haven't
guy
seen it or
from
heard
the
of it.
Order
Just walk us through
1886.
what is the game.
This
The guy that was in it?
No, this is Ready at Dawn.
This is
again.
the lead actor
Yeah, this
from
is
that
the
movie.
AI on a mining station in the ring of Saturn.
Oh.
And basically in the game.
Oh man, I would love to try to pronounce that name.
Oh yeah.
In zero G freely, you can interact with everything inside the environment, and also you'll see that you have an NPC that you can.
Oh, that's a VR game. This is that
use
one.
your hands basically to go everywhere you need to go.
Ooh, what is
This was the thing that was
this?
so amazing for me. You stand
What?
still, and then you use your arms to grab
You know what's
onto
weird though?
objects
When you're
in the
playing in
environment,
VR,
push
if you
and
can
pull
see your
yourself around.
arms,
Yeah.
it's really weird because they're never in the right place.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. I mean,
Like your arms up here, but like it's
Yeah.
down here.
They actually like created like a thing that you can attach to your elbow.
So that way it can actually
Yeah.
register like that.
Yeah, and even some people like what they did is they attach it to the top of their wrist right here, and because of your movement of this, will tell you exactly where your arm goes.
Oh, that's smart.
You know, and
And that's something that's already out for the Vive.
yeah, they already have those like, but the game has to be developed with
has
that
to
in
be,
mind.
has to be,
You know.
we did actually when we wrote the story for it. We actually had an actor in mind.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone eventually figures out how to make it so that you didn't have to be developed for it. It still worked.
Yeah.
Someone smart will figure that
Yeah,
out.
something about like I know like Google has some really interesting like room sense technology that doesn't need base stations in order to sense
Yeah.
where you're moving around in
Yeah.
the room. So something like that will also be able to sense where your arms are.
Right.
You know, put that in the game. We're not that far off from that technology.
No, that's only a year or so, if not this year.
Right.
That works, but don't worry. We're going to take an even closer look at what the gameplay is like for Echo Arena.
Okay, so yeah, this is the Echo Arena.
in zero gravity.
Yeah, here you go. Overwatch in VR.
Players fly faster.
This game looks cool.
Passes go farther.
Oh man, okay, I've actually seen some gameplay of this before.
This reminds me of that PlayStation VR launch title, Riggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to that. Just not in
victory.
Is this an Oculus exclusive?
I don't know.
I think this is an Oculus exclusive. This looks like a fun game. There's always workarounds. Yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah. But the thing is, you still have to buy the game.
Yeah.
Like, you have to buy the game for Oculus and then run, like, the service that lets you run Oculus games in Vive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Oculus games are built to use touch controllers.
Yeah.
You know?
This looks a lot more
That
cool than the
looks
other
super cool. This looks super cool.
Lone Echo.
Oh, man.
July 20th. That's soon.
We are up here with
Jeez.
Echo Arena in action
That's
as
next
some of the
month.
Ready at Dawn
Yeah.
developers
That's
are
like a month
playing
from now.
against each other. So, Doug, welcome back. Hello.
Look
It's
at
awesome
this
to
dude.
have you. But
Look at this
listen,
dude.
before
Look
we
at the
get
VR
into
guy in the back.
I really wanted you to tell me a little
Oh,
bit
man.
more.
He's gonna. I hope he. Oh, I hope.
Oh, he's
I hope
gonna
he hits
hit.
him in
He's
the
gonna
head.
clock that guy in the head.
That would make this the best press conference this year.
Oh my god, I would love that so much.
With Intel, ESI,
Look at him
and
go.
DreamHack, we now have our Grand Slam, which is really exciting.
That's awesome. That's exciting. So, I'd like to know a little bit more
Yeah,
about
he's
Intel's
like
involvement
super
with
close
this
to them
game.
too. So.
No, this is designed.
Working closely
they did that on purpose. I'm sad.
Excited to work with Ready at Dawn as they're delivering the next second generation VR game.
So it's like a 4v4 like sports game of some. It's like space Quidditch.
Yeah.
So, I was really excited to hear about your announcement earlier.
Yeah,
That's a good.
Ready at
That's a
Dawn,
good
Intel
comparison.
Oculus, we announced that Intel is sponsoring a
This looks
free
sweet.
release of Echo Arena to all Oculus Rift users when it launches on July 20th for limited time.
Oculus users.
And this is because we want
They
as
say they get it
many
free?
users as possible on this system. We want to
I don't
ensure
think
that
so.
everyone, including these guys behind us, these gamers behind us as you see, that they try and experience the future of VR and esports.
So, speaking of esports,
VR
I would
esports.
really
It's
love
just
to hear
talking
more
about
Intel's
that, right?
involvement.
Like
Intel
legitimate
has a
competitive
long
games
history
in VR. That's what they're going for here.
Companies like ESL,
Yeah, they're trying to take that first leap.
We're excited
Someone's
about
got
Echo
to.
Arena and the growth of
Yeah,
VR.
it'll just keep getting.
This
better
will be
from
the
there.
first game that sucks bad,
But it'll be the one that
but it'll
everyone
be the one
remembers.
everyone builds
Yeah.
on. You know.
Kicks off in July, and it features Echo Arena and the Unspoken. And it gives esports enthusiasts
The Unspoken's
the
pretty
opportunity
fun.
to compete in VR at key upcoming events, with the finals happening in Poland in 2018 at the Intel Extreme Masters.
Okay, well that sounds kind of awesome. Well, thank you, Doug. I cannot
Kind
wait
of
to
awesome.
play this game.
It's just kind of
It's going to be coming out July 20th, and you can pre-order it right now. And Rift owners can actually try the open beta on June 23rd. So back to you, Sean.
So it'll probably come out on other things too. They're
Yeah,
just
I
doing
imagine.
like
They
that.
didn't say
I got
exclusive.
the
Yeah.
chance to play Lone Echo, and I want to stress, you just have to play it. The single-player experience is especially mind-blowing. So once again, that's Lone Echo. Our next guest announced the game 2 years ago under the title Project Blue Streak, and we now know it as Lawbreakers.
Oh, this game looks cool. This is isn't this Cliffy B?
CEO of Boss Key
I don't
Productions
know.
himself, Cliff Blazinski.
Yep.
Welcome to the stage.
I love this dude.
Now,
I know a lot of people don't like him.
I
I
know
love
that you
Cliffy B.
guys in the past have done a lot of alphas and betas.
Cliffy
How
B.
have those been going?
They've been going well. The alpha, it was all right, and then the first beta was good. The second beta was great. We're doing our final closed beta June 28th. If you have a key, sign on to Steam, download the latest update, and then we're doing our Rise Up event.
This game looks
which
cool,
is a
though.
full
What is
open beta.
this?
You would like
Hop
this.
online,
Yeah?
play the game,
Yeah,
let us know what
you
think.
will
Looks
like
sweet.
this.
What
And
is
I
it?
gotta ask what it has been like.
What other
to
stuff has he
have
done?
People play the game to give feedback from those betas. How
I
has
forget
that
what
shaped
that
the experience?
he
Well, a
came
lot
from.
of developers and publishers, they do these kind of bullshit marketing betas where they're like, oh, it's our beta and the game's out next week. I'm like, that's not really the case.
He doesn't
You're not
hold
gonna
back
be able to
any
fix
like
anything.
punches though. Like
So
he
far,
definitely
we
says what's on
found
his
out the
mind.
armor
Yeah, I
shotgun
can
was way
see
too
that.
spammy. Overcharge wasn't that exciting, so we sped that up a little bit and we sped up the characters. We took actual feedback and we're integrating it into the game.
And these are more than just balance changes. I imagine it's
Okay, he's
speeding
the
up
former
basic things, creates a
director
really different
from,
balance dynamic across the board.
Yeah,
Epic
we changed
Games.
one thing, it's
Okay.
the butterfly effect. It
So
affects
he was
everything
the man
else. Is the
behind
game
Gears of
working
War.
balanced on launch?
Like he
No,
created
that's
Gears of
why we need
War,
people's feedback. Play
that
the game,
trilogy, 1,
see
2,
what
and
characters
3.
are overpowered,
Oh, I see.
and then we'll introduce new characters and reshuffle the deck.
He
And I know that
did
it can't be in beta forever, so Cliff,
Infinity
tell
Blade.
us when it's out.
Can I get a drum roll?
Audience, go!
And then that was the last thing he did at Epics because he left and formed his own
The game is
studio.
finally dropping on August 8th on PC and PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's soon.
August 8th. Unreal Tournament, he also did that too.
multiplayer only bullshit.
August 8th.
I hope they show gameplay. Like I said, I think you'll actually really like this one.
Cliff took a bow, yes. $29.99.
Only $30.
Well, if you haven't gotten the chance to see the game
like
follow up throughout the recent
really
PC gaming shows,
price for
let's
a
take a
VR
look at
game.
some people who've got the opportunity to play Lawbreakers.
Okay, they're going to show
and
some
we'll have them
gameplay.
speak for themselves.
Oh, the speed of this game is intense. 1,000 decisions a minute. It's hardcore PvP.
Your instincts take over. It's primal.
It's exhilarating. Full frontal fury. A million miles an hour.
Literally from every angle.
I was shaking after the matches ended. It was like a high. One of the fastest games that I've ever played. Are you ready for another one? I'm like, I just need a minute, man. I'm shaking. I'm shaking over here.
I think the thing people are going to find in this game the most enjoyable is simply how difficult it is.
There's a pretty impressive skill gap. You can't just sit down and dominate within an hour or two.
Practical skill required, precision aiming, the ridiculously fast movement.
Mechanically, it requires a lot of aim, a lot of vision and game sense. It's a twitch shooter. It's how a twitch shooter should be.
The action's going to press you, and if you don't keep on top of it, you're just going to get blown
I mean,
off the map.
you can see like with Cliff Bleszinski, like his innovation has just gotten better. Like starting with Unreal Tournament, moving on to something like Gears of War, now going to Lawbreakers. He's just kept expanding on what he's good at, which is those type of shooters.
While DPS
Especially
is still
Unreal
being
Tournament.
affected and they're being
I think people
supported,
still play that
it
to
gets
this day.
crazy very quickly.
The gravity is the biggest thing because that adds so much verticality, and you combine the different movement systems of each character, where some characters have teleports and some characters have dashes. This gets really wild and insane.
Like now, literally anywhere you look is potentially an attack point.
I am literally
I love the
under
gravity
the map,
system though. This is pretty sweet.
saving myself from a grappling hook.
Oh, that's cool.
Whipping myself in the air.
If you fall off,
shooting at
yeah.
anyone below.
You need to check every possible corner. People are going to fly you with jetpacks, they're going to fly at you with double swords, you're going to have
Someone that could just jet up in the sky, and all of a sudden now you have to worry about getting up there.
There's some abilities that I just haven't seen before.
Medic roll is actually phenomenal. It was battle medic, they call it. So it's not one of those medics where you have to
That
sit
looks
back.
fun.
It's not even a thankless role anymore because I'm out there slaying, killing with the rest of my team while
Oh my
keeping them
God,
alive.
This is going to be a game you're going to really like.
Yeah.
Jump into 0G, that's great. Getting like through the map that fast is
This could give Overwatch a run for
I've been
it.
using the Vanguard to drift off the side, so I've been coming up behind the enemy. It took like 3-4 rounds before they caught on.
With the gunslinger, he's a very precision character, so just spinning around and popping someone in the head real quick.
It traces blinking.
It's just aggressive all the time.
And this game gives you so much variety of motion.
I never felt more tested.
It makes you think in a completely different way.
The fastest speed I've ever seen in my life. Crazy when you're playing it.
That looks so freaking sweet.
And less than 2 months to go.
So there's a beta going on. There's an open
Just
beta
as a
soon.
reminder, that
Yeah,
Ball
and like
and
they what do you say, like
Intel
June
PC is
20th, I think it was.
20th?
Don't
Yeah.
miss
This month,
out.
and
And
then,
forgot. This bad boy is running an i7
August 8th?
7700
August 8th is
processor.
release.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of sevens in
So you should
there.
try to jump into the open
And
beta.
then
Check it
I'm
out.
down with that, for
1080
sure.
is worth more than $2,500. You do not want to miss out. Head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put in your information. I think it could run Crysis at max settings. What do you think, Sean?
Shut up.
I think
Oh my
it
God, it's
can,
like the oldest.
Sonya. I also think that
They're
it can run
They're
our
like building
next title.
PC gaming memes
I'm a
from
master
like
of transition.
2005.
Our next game is from Chucklefish, the wonderful folks who helped bring you
Built this
Stardew
whole
Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Starbound. Let's
That's a
take
great
look at
game.
Yeah, this is the team that built that game.
Okay.
So they're announcing a new game.
Oh, I heard about this.
Looks somewhat similar. Stick with what you're good at, I guess. They have a lot of announcements. Oh, okay, I've seen this. Yeah.
This is on Switch.
Yeah, I saw this in the Switch indie montage or whatever. Yep, I remember seeing this. The Nindies.
The
trailer,
Nindies.
yeah, which was a great conference.
Yes,
that Nindies
it was.
conference. They had a lot of interesting stuff there. But yeah, this was totally there. You're right. I forget what it was called though. Once I see it, I'll remember. Yeah, this is something I wanted to play.
Unfortunately, this looks like I would have more fun playing this on Switch.
Oh, I think I would get on Switch too. That's the good thing about Switch too. They said like, if a game comes to PC and it's like this style of game, like an indie title, there's no reason that it shouldn't be on Switch as well. Like that's going to become an indie machine for the most part, which I love it. I'll gladly Wargroove. Yep. I'll gladly take my Nintendo first-party titles and then a bunch of indie titles.
Yeah,
and happily have a system.
Because there's so many great like indie games on PC right now that would be so much better as portable games.
Yep.
You know.
Agreed.
And I would love to see a lot of that stuff come to the Switch.
Agreed.
So great to have you. Thanks. Well, I want to say right away, the gameplay reminded me quite a bit of Fire Emblem and Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem and Advance Wars are definitely kind of inspirations of ours. You know, Wargroove is a turn-based tactical strategy game. It's a game about starting to build up your resources every mission and push forward into your enemy territory and just kind of dominate the map and make the right choices. But yeah, we've got a lot of unique kind of gameplay mechanics, so we're bringing it into the modern age. We've got online play, mod support, and kind of content creation as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we're going to get the chance to look at today. Doris, who's operating the PC right now, tell us what it is we're looking at.
So what we're looking at today is the world map of Wargroove, and this is our campaign editor. So these are the tools we use in-house to create Wargroove campaigns, and we're shipping them with the game so players can create their own scenarios.
Yeah, this is a nice monitor.
So I've been placing down map markers, and each of those represent a mission, and then you link them together to create the path through your campaign.
And I know that one of the things you wanted to talk about was the branching path element.
Yeah, so you can have branching path, obviously, and the cool thing with that is every branch can have conditions. So for example, let's say you get a high score in a mission, and that could lead you through a harder path in your campaign.
Or you could have a secret path that triggers based on some event in the mission.
Yeah,
sounds like Star Fox 64,
well, let's hop into one of the missions and get that one started. And Jay, walk me through what it is that we're taking a look at.
So yeah, this is our map editor. This is like straight drawing tiles straight into the battle screen. You know, it's really simple to use, really understandable immediately. You can just kind of draw those tiles straight in there and drop in the full range of units.
I keep going back to birthdays at the beginning.
What are the commander units about?
Everything's birthdays
so
now.
Commanders are kind of integral to the strategy.
That game is weird.
You have this unit that kind of represents like the king and queen in chess at the same time. They have unique abilities and act as your avatar in battle, and they're really powerful, so you can kind of push forward really heavily with them. But there's a lot of risk reward in there as well.
It's going to go 2 hours.
If you actually lose that unit, then you actually lose the game.
That's
like that's seen by the king comparison.
Yeah, which I think is the most that the PC Gaming Show has ever announced.
Yeah. And other
if you
tools
think about
you
it.
can drop down buildings right now. We dropped in some HQs. Those are kind of like your base of operations, and to take the opponent's HQ is to win the match.
Yeah.
But on top of like kind of simple and easy to use tools, we've also got more advanced tools.
Those will be our little secret.
So you can use this zone tool right here, and you can highlight an area and assign like a scripted encounter or sequence to that.
Okay, so, you know, if I step into that forest, someone can pop out and attack me.
Yeah, you could have bandits jump out and attack you from the woods, and the really cool thing about that is that actually ties back into the campaign map we saw earlier.
Because you've guaranteed that there's basically one exit now.
Maybe after encountering those bandits, your story takes a different turn, and you decide to
It's the only way you can get out.
to fight more
King of the North!
and so on.
So, Doris, what is the process to go from this map
There's
to
one
a
little
playable
pathway you can
game?
escape from the
So
south.
it's very
You really want to go through that choke
as
point and
simple
kill
as
yourself.
sharing the map actually, so you can just share your map, and
This
if
is
you
a strategic
want more content,
nightmare.
just go online and
You
download
created
the
a
map,
horrible
and
situation.
everything in just one click, basically.
And there it is. So let me actually take a step over to this timer here. It has been 3 minutes, and we have gotten a chance to design a campaign map, end a mission, and get it playable. That is incredibly fast. Jay, Doris, I want to thank you both so much for coming out to talk about this game today. Cheers, guys.
Thanks
and
very
thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Full coverage of every video, announcement, and moment from the PC Gaming Show. Visit PCGaming.com.
Maybe it's over. Nope.
The next game that we get the opportunity to talk about is the sequel to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. It's Middle-earth:
okay,
Shadow
there you
of
go.
War.
There you go.
It has an officially announced
Middle-earth:
release
Shadow-
date, guys.
Shadow
It's
of
October
Mordor.
10th.
Shadow of
Here to
Mordor.
talk to me about it is Michael DePlater, the Vice President of Creative at Monolith. What is up, Michael?
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for the chair.
Hell yeah. Well, the chair is a nice break from all that grueling standing. And it gives us to do one of the most iconic things in PC gaming, this posture. Thank you. Now, we've heard about the October 10th release date. What are some of the things that have been changing and building upon Shadow of Mordor in terms of Shadow of War?
I think what we've tried really hard to do, well, it seems pretty obvious, is take the things that were good that worked in the first game, so our combat and the Nemesis system and this world that we created, and to build on that, but also to take the lessons we learned in the first game and really improve those. So really make this into a truly epic fantasy that's kind of up there with if you go and see Return of the King or Lord of the Rings, and really focusing on the story and the characters as well.
I mean, you've been talking all throughout about how important story is in Shadow of War. What does that mean in terms of the work that you're doing?
It means paying off the epic scale, so having these titanic full-scale battles. It means the stakes of the story, so we're facing the most iconic and powerful villains, you know, Sauron and the Witch King and the Nazgul. And it means having these incredibly memorable and personal characters, so allies and enemies that you're working with.
And in terms of E3, what are the types of things that you're showcasing here that people can see?
Oh, the reason we're really excited for E3 is two things. People being able to get their hands on the game and play it. And also that we're going to be giving demos of the game, but because of the Nemesis system, every single demo we give, we have no idea what's going to happen.
That's awesome.
We don't know which orcs or which characters are going to turn up, which stories are going to happen. So every single time people go and see the demo, they're going to see something new, and so are we. And because of that, we really wanted to share that, not just at E3, but for anyone who wants to tune in and watch those demos as well.
Yeah, and of course you see all the information for how to watch those online throughout the entire duration of E3. I know that in a moment we're going to get a chance to delve a little bit more into those story bits with a unique cinematic based on one of the characters that was in the trailer. Can you introduce her for us, Eltariel?
Yeah, so she's one of the new characters we're introducing into the world and into our story, Eltariel. She's the Blade of Galadriel. So she's essentially an assassin that's been sent to Mordor to hunt down the Nazgul and to hunt down anyone corrupted by a ring of power.
It was good.
And you as Talion
it's a
are
really
running
good
around Mordor
I
wielding
love
a ring
everything
of
I've
power.
played of it so
there's
far. I just need to play more of it.
In that relationship with her.
Yeah, the Nemesis system was really
She's
cool.
This awesome character, and as well as that, she gets her own fully playable campaign in our first major story DLC as well, which is the Blade of Galadriel.
Well, before we hop into that, I just want to say, Michael, thanks so much for coming on to talk about Shadow of War. We talked about how important story is to Shadow of War, so let's take a little bit of a look at 2 minutes of the cinematic, Eltariel meeting Talion.
So it is true.
You killed me.
And yet you live. What is that like? To die and live again? Do you feel pain? Do you suffer?
What of the city? Of the Palantir?
The Nazgul have taken both. They belong to the Dark Lord now.
Then I have failed.
What if you keep fighting?
We must fight Galadriel. We can recover the ring.
Your rings are the cause of all this, Elf Lord.
You can see him.
I see.
Who are you?
I'm the Blade of Galadriel.
Since when does Galadriel work with assassins?
Great threats make for unlikely alliances. You know this better than most. Now tell me more about this ring.
We crafted it to defeat Sauron. But it was lost.
The Nazgul will be drawn to the power of the ring.
We cannot let it fall into Sauron's hands. The light of Galadriel, give it to us!
Stay your hand! My light will protect us, but it will not leave my side.
We must move quickly.
Try to keep up.
Shadow of War. As a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor, I'm really excited to see where the story goes in the sequel. And I'm pleased to say we have one final game to announce.
Oh, we're wrapping up
from
soon.
Microsoft.
Oh, God.
We're not even allowed to say the name yet. So joining me to talk about said unnamed game is the creative director from Microsoft Studios, Adam Eisgreen. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Love being here.
Now, Adam, I understand that you've been in games for a long time.
I have. I am coming up on my 25th year making video games. So yes, you can actually make a career out of being in games. And you know, I got my start in the DOS days.
That's like,
remember DOS?
That's like someone who won the
Sys.
lottery.
So I got my start in the DOS
Yeah,
days doing
telling everyone,
role-playing games.
dude, you should just buy lottery tickets.
Buy lottery
It
tickets.
works,
I spent a lot of
you
time
know.
making real-time strategy games. I was at Westwood Studios for years, working on the Command and Conquer series. Earth and Beyond, a whole bunch of great games there. Petroglyphs, Universal War, Empire War. So a lot of history on PC, and I'm excited.
That trademark was just filed today.
Well, I understand that this title is an homage to those roots, and I'm still not going to tell you what it is, but I know you're curious, so let's head right into this world.
It's possible that that's gonna.
Ooh, that's exciting.
If not tonight, then maybe next year, maybe at like PlayStation Experience.
Sure, it's just an interesting time to
I know.
do it.
I still want Bloodborne 2 to show. What is this? Oh, they didn't say the name yet.
No, this is new.
One of history's
Most beloved PC games
made by Microsoft.
Oh my God, it's Chip's Challenge.
Is that a beloved PC game?
Yeah.
What was that game that they actually did though? That was
that Microsoft Studios made.
That's what I was trying to think of. Age of Empires.
That one.
Yeah.
4K
fully remastered.
Look at that 4K. Oh my God.
The one on the right is 4K.
Okay. The one on the right is 4K. You can zoom even more, bruh. Oh my God.
Did you ever play these?
Yeah, I did. I might actually have to play this.
Yeah, when it said 20 years, beloved franchise, I was thinking I just could
This
not.
game
It was on the
has
tip of my
been
tongue.
this game has been so difficult to actually play on
Yeah, 'cause you
PC
can't really play it anymore.
because the old version just doesn't run on new like systems anymore. So this is sweet.
It's the same way for me. Like, I know Full Throttle Remastered now exists, but I was always trying to go back and play that, and I couldn't do it.
Join the beta at ageofempires.com. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
No Half-Life.
Never.
Age of Empires.
That's never gonna happen.
Nope.
No, I wrote that.
Oh, that was you on there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I still stay dedicated. Tell me about Age of Empires.
We lost all
man.
of our viewers.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
That's
Even Jessica closed it out at this point.
Yep. Yeah, it was one when I wrote all that.
Yeah.
So nobody even saw that.
It's such a labor of love for us at Microsoft and our development partner at Forgotten Empires to bring back Age of Empires in such a
Forgotten Empires is a great name for the guys that made Age of Empires.
Yeah.
It's a good name. This is exactly what it was.
Talk to me about the graphics. Those sprites.
Yeah, talk to me about the graphics.
Asset in the original Age of Empires. Every animation,
4K,
every
son.
everything that made Age of Empires great, we have carefully and lovingly taken and made even better and better.
Because I remember just watching the sprites move around in the original game. It was very blocky and stuttering.
16 facings now, so those fonts don't jitter. You know, a ton of work has gone into making the game and the presentation amazing.
Wow, that is a lot of work. That's cool.
Yeah.
We re-orchestrated and re-recorded the entire soundtrack to the game using an actual
good.
symphony this time.
I'm okay with that.
A real
It sounds
symphony?
wonderful. The people at studios are constantly begging us to get the soundtrack already.
Now, I have to ask, there were some aspects of the gameplay back then that were a little janky.
Jank.
To the gameplay in that regard.
Yes, so not only have we done
Jankiness.
things like improved Fine Path, which is of course always a big thing in RTS games, we've gone in and actually modernized the UI. A lot of people forget that original Age didn't even
She
have
says
an
she's
idle
still there.
villagers button. So all of that stuff,
Yeah.
attack move, all of those
Weird.
things.
Oh, you're okay. You're logged into
Yes.
the SuperGen?
Yes.
No, you're not.
No, I'm logged into the dem buttons, and I'm the only one that's showing up in here.
Yeah, weird.
Taken all the learnings from the Age games that followed and brought it up.
I need to
to those
know.
standards.
And, you know,
No, she's in there.
There
It
she
just
is.
doesn't-
It
it
just
doesn't
didn't have the number.
Weird.
Weird.
As you may or may not know, that is the online matchmaking
she's at
service
work.
that Microsoft uses for PC games. I mean, how are you utilizing that?
Oh, well, we've completely redone how lobbies work and how games and matching works. You know, we have our friend system, of course. It's built into Xbox Live. So players should have a
Yeah, that was another thing, is that the servers went down so long ago that people just had to set up their own personal servers to play that game, you know?
Wonderful experience to play.
And what about the beta that we saw at the end of that video?
Yes, so the game will be out later this year, but you can go right now to ageofempires.com and sign up for our multiplayer beta.
He's doing a great job asking the questions that he's supposed to ask.
Yeah. Multiplayer is so important. And we want to make sure that this definitive edition of Age is the absolute best we can make it.
Right.
So, you know, multiplayer, please come, sign, play with us, make the game great.
You asked me before we hopped on that you wanted to say one more.
Didn't at this point though, hasn't like Civilization done everything that Age of Empires did?
I think so.
Way better.
I think so. But like Age of Empires is a very different type of game.
Yeah.
You know.
October of this year. You know, and this is the start.
It's a similar theme, but the gameplay is so different.
Yeah.
Like they're still like legitimately different games.
Yeah. I just think there's so much hype behind Civilization. It's, I mean, but then again, like I said, Age of Empires was very popular back in the day.
Yeah.
So they
and
could
it still
definitely
is. I mean, it's clearly like it's the kind of game
there's a
people are
demand for it.
making their own servers to still play this game because
Like Vanilla
it's
Warcraft.
like like Vanilla Warcraft. Yeah.
Was that server? It's not Nosdorma, was it?
Thank you so much for coming out.
They got shut down, but
Super
then it came
excited
back.
about Age of Empires. And with that, our slew of announcements comes to an end. Before we depart, let's head back up to the mezzanine with Sonya for one last
Firefox got to close it out.
Sean, I had an amazing time being a part of some awesome game reveals and kicking it with you guys today. If you want any more information on any of the games that you saw today, go to pcgamer.com. If you want to hang out with me and check me out on the internet at OMG It's Firefox, pretty much everywhere. I had a blast, and for one last time, back to you, Sean.
Thank you so much, Sonya. I gotta say, it was a blast. I hope you had a great time. Thank you all so much for coming out. All of you who braved LA traffic to be here in the morning. All of you who tuned in online. Thanks to our sponsors, Intel, Microsoft, Bohemia, Tripwire, Cygames, and Nexon for help making this event possible. It is an absolute pleasure to have your support. And I'd also like to give a shout out to all the developers and the publishers at their recent conferences that have been going on in the last week. We were super excited about the titles there and following them closely because we're gamers at heart, and we hope that you too enjoyed what we had to share with you today. And as crazy as it sounds, E3 starts tomorrow, so we hope that you get the chance to get your hands on some of the titles that were announced in the last week that you're pumped for. From all the folks at PC Gamer and from me, Day 9, have a wonderful day and go play some video games. We'll see you next year.
See you next year. So, they did have some announcements, clearly. We did get the expansion for XCOM 2. We got Ooblets, which is probably the best thing that they showed.
So far, that seems like the most interesting thing. But other than that, like, that game as well as Islands looks really interesting.
Wylands.
I refuse.
Grifflands.
Yeah.
Grifflands looks good. The Last Night looks good.
Yeah.
And then obviously Lawbreakers. I mean,
that looks sweet. That looks really cool. That looks like another like cool multiplayer online shooter I could get into.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I said, I think that's going to take a big chunk out of Overwatch's player base.
Maybe
too.
it might.
Definitely has the
it might
potential.
because it looks like the play style is so much fun.
Yeah,
you know?
it definitely has the
and
potential.
and I know a lot of people in Overwatch are getting kind of sick of having to deal with their teammates. you know. And playing a game where you just kind of run around and kill people.
Yeah.
That might. It's like going back to my old like Halo days.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Just straight up Slayer.
Yep.
You know, just all out kill or be killed. It's
Yeah.
fun. You know. That's a good time.
What else was there? We saw Tunic, which was like the Legend of
the
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda ripoff. That's cool.
With the
fox.
Not Firefox though.
No,
wasn't her.
That was actually her though.
Yeah,
She
that's what she wants to eventually evolve into.
I think she will someday.
Someday, keep striving for it.
Yeah.
And then obviously we did get to see some VR stuff. So we saw Echo Arena and Lone Echo, which seemed pretty cool from Ready at Dawn.
Lone Echo looks really interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like a really cool single-player experience.
Right.
You know, and
a
Echo
lot of
Arena
people have
looks
tried
like
to do that space thing, and it just hasn't worked out.
Yeah,
What was
there's a
that
lot
one?
of those. There's a lot of space like
Adrift, was it?
Adrift, yeah.
Adrift,
Adrift
yeah.
was one of the first ones that came out on like Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
It's just like it was more of a on rails experience,
Right,
you
which
know?
this one doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, this
but
one
we
looks
don't know.
much more interactive. But
Yeah.
that's because we're getting into that time period now,
Right.
where games that have been worked on for a long period of time are coming out.
Yeah.
You know, games that they actually put a lot of love and effort into. You know.
Right. Yeah, we're not just this isn't the first wave anymore.
So that's good. That's good. I mean, we're not seeing endless waves of zombie shooters, but we did get another one today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that is Killing Floor.
Yeah, another
Incursion
Killing Floor game.
with
Those
the,
Killing Floor games, like they have tons of them.
with the summer sideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's a good
best holiday in the
holiday
of the year.
Right.
And then other than that, I mean, we did see obviously some updates to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You can finally apparently jump. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
Apparently,
that,
you can vault over things.
I wasn't aware that.
It's so funny to me that they made a whole video about the fact that you can jump over objects.
Yeah, you can now get over a wall.
I
by
bet for
climbing
people who
over
have been playing that game,
Oh yeah, they're super.
They're
pumped.
super excited
Yeah,
about
they're
that
pumped.
feature.
They're pumped.
You know,
that's like Link being able to jump for the first time.
Yeah, yeah. There's a jump button in the game.
Yeah. Wow. And then weather coming to PlayerUnknown's too. So
yeah,
I mean that's
no
cool.
snow, not yet.
No snow. Still waiting for that Arctic Island expansion pack.
Snow update.
And then other than that, I mean, we saw a slew of RTS games.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Warhammer 2, Total War, Mountain Blade 2, BattleTech,
blah blah blah,
XCOM 2.
Blah, blah. I mean,
what was Tripwire? I don't even remember. I wrote it down.
Tripwire was the company that did a bunch of other things.
Okay.
A bunch of those games.
Like my notes sometimes don't make even sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was the company that did like Killing Floor and like the zombie shooter thing.
Okay.
And like, yeah.
And then and then we did see Hearthstone 2. You know, Wonderland Dreams, as it's otherwise known as.
Yeah. Alice in Wonderland, the Hearthstone expansion from another company that's not Blizzard.
Exactly. You know? But I mean, all in all, the PC gaming show this year was better than it has been in previous years.
It's so funny how like Blizzard makes a game and then everyone else needs to make another version of that game.
Yeah.
You know, like that just seems to be the case.
It shows the quality that Blizzard is.
It's true. It's true. They are an amazing.
They are at
company.
the peak of everything for PC right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. For PC, they are the peak.
Yeah, they are what everyone strives to be. Unfortunately,
it's true.
And I mean, people are not unfortunately, but like there's just no one else that can reach that level right now.
Yeah.
And there's so many people trying, and there's titles that come out that are equivalent or trying to get to that point, but we just haven't gotten there yet. I mean, everything they don't have a monopoly, but their games definitely have the biggest player base. I mean, even
they almost do. They almost have a monopoly.
Almost,
because I mean, you can look at like even like Destiny 2 is coming out on their platform,
on Battle.net,
you know, and like between them and Steam, that's everything for gaming right there.
Yeah, the Windows 10 app. I mean, who really cares? But
nobody.
Unfortunately, that's the only place you're going to be able to get Forza 7 or Sea of Thieves.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's really unfortunate. I mean, as long as there's a good reason for it. I mean, with Sea of Thieves, if it's like cross multiplayer where you can play between Xbox One and
which
PC,
I'm pretty sure it will be.
If that's the case, then it's worth doing it for that reason. Otherwise, like it's just, Steam is just so convenient, you know,
right?
Like for PC games, it's just.
Absolutely.
But yeah, for that multiplayer component and for the play anywhere sort of thing where you own it on this and then you have it for the other system.
I'm a huge fan of. I love that.
You know, I think that's sweet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yep. So, that was pretty much, like I said, the PC gaming show. I'm excited to see what they do next year. Because like I said, I feel like they've gotten better every year. They did get away from sitting behind the desk.
They did.
They presented it more as an on-stage experience this year. And
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's all pretty good.
Yeah. Most of the games we saw, decent. I mean, I'm not interested in probably half of them, but what they did show that I am, like Ooblets and Sea of Thieves last night, I'm really excited for some of that stuff. So
yeah, some of that stuff looks pretty good.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be back a little bit before the Ubisoft conference starts. I believe they start in. Shit, it's already 3, so they're starting in an hour. So I guess we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in probably 45 minutes or so. We'll see you.
See you guys.